Yeah, the history of my fucking One Piece reviews is just this was good, and then getting ratio to oblivion.
Not enough. Not
Yeah.
enough. This isn't the best piece of fiction you've ever consumed. Die. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I don't hear chipmunks in the Discord call, but you ought to fix that, my friend. 1 second.
Hold on. We sound fine. Let me deafen. Give me 1 second.
Okay, all right. I just switched it. Let me know if it sounds any better right now.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah,
you've addressed
it's
it yet.
just you. It's just you, Kreams. I think
It's very strange.
Is it fixed now? Like after I said that last thing?
Let me see.
What the fuck's this audio, bro? Animal Crossing.
So
I think it works.
Kreams,
Yep,
Yeah,
better
I think that's right.
Okay.
yeah, it's just chat's delayed. Chat's gonna be delayed from like what the actual chat.
Okay, yeah, it's good. It's better.
Good,
Yes.
it's good.
All right, lit. All right. I don't like introducing streams because like people are gonna hop in and out anyway, so there's no point in like doing like a hard intro. Aside from like maybe people who do it who watch streams in the VOD. This is me chilling with two of my internet buddies talking about One Piece, and one of them just hates it. So this is gonna be a fun one.
Okay.
Yeah, third.
But it used to be both of you hating it, so W Doofy.
Yeah, I done grown.
You love to see it. So I'm gonna do.
It has one. It has a. Okay. I gotta be careful because this is. I think this is my issue. I have these two random tweets just blowing up, and then
it is
a bunch of people who have no idea who the fuck I am, and so they obviously can't interpret it within. I mean, yeah. So if I just saw we'll address that later or something because honestly, honestly, I'm not convinced there's a solid justification for anyone having read my tweet and then genuinely thinking that I was suffering through One Piece. I literally think there's two options for this. One, you're brain dead, or two, you're just bad faith and you're trying to find a reason to be like angry. Like that's the only reasons. And honestly, I can't tell which it is anymore.
Yo, okay.
I think it's a mixture of both.
So
I think so too.
Let's just do this like one by one because I feel like that way it'll be easier for us to structure. Just to read chat a little bit, thought y'all were doing a gag. Bro, I'm watching Wolf of Wall Street right now. Can you wait 2 hours so I can watch it? Bro, honestly, knowing the three of us, we're probably going to keep streaming by the time you're done with the movie.
Yeah.
So.
I have a lot of hate in my heart, so I got a lot to say.
Oh, fuck.
Where do we really start, though? Because,
Bro,
my tweets only start at, like, Water 7.
Hold on, I should update the tweet to include BR. Because I'm a video creator. This is my job. I know what I'm doing, okay?
Wait a second. Who?
Could have fooled me.
Bro, right?
When was your last video, Kreams?
Oh, okay. We're going there. We're going there. Right. I didn't realize. Okay, punching a little below the waist there. Fine. Okay.
Wait, did you like start live tweeting your One Piece journey like in the middle of it, or was it kind of like it only picked up traction when you gave Water 7 7.5?
Yeah, it only started with the Water 7 tweet,
Gotcha.
I think. Let's see.
Just trying to remember because I feel like I saw you tweeting about like One Piece stuff before, but maybe I'm delusional. I have no idea.
No, I was like live tweeting it for a long time. I didn't do like the structured like tweets with the picture and then like Elizabeth holding up the sign. I only started that with Water 7, and I think specifically it was Anis Lobby that picked up more than Water 7. But that's yeah. I think before that I had a few like I'm just tweeting random panels and then like I just tweet a bunch of ratings at once. And I'm trying to find the tweet where I first laid out my ratings, but I can't find it. Because like the thing is, a lot of the fucking early One Piece arcs, and this is what Ronin can speak to, are so
God.
unmemorable. Like I can barely tell you a thing about fucking like Orange Town, Syrup Village.
Bro, if you say Baratie right now, we're gonna have a problem.
No, I like Baratie a lot. Baratie was the first One Piece arc that was like, maybe there's something here.
Wait, hold
And it's
on.
Baratie was the one with Mihawk and when Sanji was introduced.
That
was
it's
good
definitely
because-
better. It's better than all the ones before it. I'll say that.
Yes, much better, but not still like
I
One
just didn't
Piece
think.
level.
Yeah, I was like, it's sort of like, I don't know. I completely acknowledge a quality difference, but to me, the general quality of those first arcs is just so, just not good in general. Just like not to my taste.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I guess it's slightly better than something that I consider. It's like polished trash rather than just like regular trash, you know?
Bro.
Yeah, I'm with it. What I like about Baratie is like Baratie, whatever. Okay, what I like about
Bro,
Baratie.
aren't you French?
No, I'm Canadian, bro.
Same thing.
Don't mix me in with the fucking.
Quebecois.
Anyways. Yeah. Or the politicians, because those are the only ones that are French. That's a stretch, but. Yeah, but I like Baratie is because it shows us like the first cool character since Shanks. And granted, he gets like what, 10 minutes of screen time maybe max. It was pretty fucking cool.
You're talking about what's his name?
Him, Mihawk versus Zoro.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the guy Sanji saved.
Oh, the fucking the chef guy.
Was he a chef?
How do you feel about Sanji, Doofy? I'm curious.
Sanji's
like,
the best straw. Listen, bro. Sanji's objectively.
I can tell that's untrue just off of what I've read. I know for a fact.
Dude,
nothing
you have
Oda
not
can do
read.
will make that true.
No, you have not read Whole Cake Island.
It doesn't matter. Like Sanji's character is inherently like he would have to become a different character. Like you'd have to give him different traits.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Even his whole like. I find his whole like womanizer shtick to be hella annoying and kills a lot of otherwise great moments.
I'm gonna be real with you. There is a point to it. He does get better, and it is like an active part of his character, right? It is like played up as a gag, but it's not like the effects are real. So you know how in like I just posted, by the way, on Twitter. Now officially the promo's done, so that's out of my head.
Okay.
What with most like manga or I guess specifically anime, because like they kind of ham it up even further. They'll take like they'll just flanderize any comedic aspects of these characters, and so if a character is like slightly pervy, they'll make them like fucking deplorable, right? And if they get hurt, you know, they're absolutely bruised, especially if it's like by a female friend, right? But there's no like there's no lasting consequences to that, right? It's not like if Nami breaks Luffy's tooth in a gag, that means Luffy just lost a tooth, right? It resets. But with Sanji's perviness, it is in this weird. It appears that way, but it's like a part of his journey. So it's very trippy when you see it all come together.
So
at least for 550 chapters, it's not good. Sure, maybe he gets the one bit in like fucking medium cake arc, but it's literally like it's just at times unbearable, which sucks because he otherwise has some really cool moments, like when he actually tries to get like serious and like, you know, he's got the close-up shot with the smoke in his mouth and like his eyes are kind of like squinched. I'm like, wow, this guy's like really about to go to town, right? And then he does, but then like he can just ruin that all with like a shitty gag.
Maybe, I don't know.
So Kreams, the way I feel about it is like, imagine if I was trying to recommend you Berserk and I was like, it gets better, like it's like, it's not about it getting better. It's about the thing that's like sort of inherent to his character, inherent to the thing I don't like. So there's not. It can expand on it. It can, you know, sort of extrapolate why this is the case. It can explain it all it wants. I just don't like that gag in anime in general, right? Like even with characters that I really like, I find it extremely annoying. Like with someone like Jiraiya, that like pervy thing, like it's annoying, but there's so much like. Jiraiya, like most of Jiraiya's character is not in relation to that, so I can kind of ignore that. Even with Sanji's like development in Whole Cake, as far as I'm aware, a lot of it is still intrinsically tied to his like relationship with women, and I just don't like it. I just think I'm like, that is not appealing to me. I don't like that sort of direction for his. Not I don't like that direction for his character. Rather, I don't like that character trope or those traits. However, you can wrap those traits up any way you want. It probably won't like appeal to me. To me, I think my favorites from what I've seen would probably always be Zoro and Luffy. They seem to be the simplest, not the
Yeah.
simplest, but like
No, I get
the
what you
ones that
mean.
just have the most like
They're
mass appeal to someone like me.
they're almost kind of
Yeah.
written like that, but I think the best description I've ever heard of it comes from Ohara, the YouTuber, where he basically said something to the tune of like, when it comes to Zoro and Sanji, they're not the same characters. Like aside from like the very like obvious stuff, like Zoro's not a chef, right? But moreover, and like they're just fundamentally different people. Like there's a reason. I don't know how much. No, this is a spoiler. Fuck. Okay. There's a reason Sanji lacks a certain ability that is shared by Zoro and Luffy. But like it's not he gets a different ability in his power up, right? So wait, are you guys still there? Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there cuz when it goes dead silence, I'm like fuck it, cut out. So he gets like a different ability, and it's kind of symbolizing no, he's not like them, right? He's not built like that. Like Sanji is at the very end of the day not a warrior. He is a chef. Like that is something that I think Oda tries to make very clear when it comes to the characterization of Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro as like the monster trio, which I think is still officially the fan term for it. Zoro and Luffy, they're like about it, right? Like they're considered one of the 11 supernovas for a reason, right? And Sanji isn't. Sanji is just a guy who feels indebted to people who, like, you learn more about him, so like it's a whole thing, but he has different motivations, right? He has no desire to like gain more strength. He just happens to be freakishly strong, right? That's a coincidence. It's not like a desire on his end, aside from maybe getting sort of stronger just to keep up with the rest of the crew or to like help out Luffy and Zoro. But he is still like the function he serves is to cook for the crew and occasionally lend them a hand when they're fighting. But Zoro and Luffy are like actually training for like combat all the time.
Yeah, that makes sense. Both of their goals like inherently require strength, and I'm assuming Sanji's doesn't really.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't. Because Sanji's goal is to see the all blue, right? Like, that requires no strength on his end. He is getting strong, like, just for the sake of it, or because he can be. And, like, the crazy thing, and, like, this is just me having a little fanboy moment right now, so I hope you guys don't mind me doing this right now. But I think Sanji arguably has the most, like, potential, physically speaking, just because, like, the fact that he's already this strong and without like having the desire to become the strongest or anything, and he's already like this much of a monster, just like kind of residually almost. And it makes me think, oh yeah, what if you like really wanted it, man? He'd honestly be stronger than Zoro. But that's slander, yes.
See, my thing is, even if he gets like some cool moments like in Medium Raw Cake Island and in Wano, that does not redeem 500 plus chapters of like almost unbearable, poorly done gag relief on behalf of him. So even if like I can look past that for the sake of like if he actually has like a serious moment that's deserving of some kind of recognition, then like that'll be dope. But like people that are like, oh, he's suddenly an S, I think Kev said that in chat, like it makes him an easy S2 character. Like I cannot conceive, like I'm a man of the highs can make up for the lows, but when like the lows go on for like over 500 chapters, I am highly suspect.
I think there's like 3 versions of Sanji within One Piece, right? There's pre-time skip, there's post-time skip, and then there's Whole Cake Island and after. Excuse me. I think maybe your opinion on Sanji, when we do the inevitable follow-up stream, once you get to post-time skip, and you finally catch up with Wano, and we do like weekly One Piece chapter reviews, because that's what we're all about here on the Kreams channel. Except we're not. We've literally never done that. I just made that up. But you'll see that like a lot of these developments for the Straw Hats are like subtle, and like every Straw Hat, in Baratie, like in the East Blue, Usopp, Nami, Zoro, and Luffy are like the human ones, like they're literally physically humans, right? Chopper was the first one that was like not human. skipping Robin. Frankie was a cyborg. Brooke is a skeleton. You know what I mean? And there's one more, but you know, we don't need to talk about that. Essentially, like, oh my god, I forgot to read chat because this comedy's actually good, unlike Naruto. Yo, spit.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just going off in class.
Spit.
In chat class, sorry, got an email.
Sanji only be beefing up for the ladies. Marineford 10 out of 10. Marcos, Makiv, yo, you guys are spitting. Archie, nah, Sanji comedy is garb. Naruto clear. Hey, yo, chill, Doofy. But yeah, so Doofy, I think like once you catch up and you realize like Oda does like update the Straw Hat stories, there will be new appreciation for them, and I'll be honest with you, I'll just lay it out like very flat. Oda really pulls like your teeth when it comes to Sanji post time skip. Like he makes you work to get to Whole Cake Island. So that's my little like disclaimer for you. But afterwards, it is worth it, and I think Whole Cake Island is like one of my favorite arcs.
Hey, listen, that's more than fine by me. I've been pulling my teeth for like 430 chapters to get to Marineford, so I'm used to it at this point.
I know, but the payoff was good.
So do
yeah, it was. It was like it's like going to the dentist. Like it's like if you eat so much cake, all your teeth are rotten. You have to go through the torture of having them all ripped out and getting dentures or something. But then afterwards, you got new teeth and you feel good. And you don't have to worry about the pain of sore teeth. So it's a net positive, maybe. I think so. Actually,
it's like getting your teeth pulled. Yes, I like that. I like that analogy.
Yes,
it is. I think it's perfect.
No, but like, how do you? Just quick question, real quick. I don't want to derail you guys too much, but how do you feel about like, sort of like the good of a series, like revising or recontextualizing the bad? So, like for example, would you say that like Marineford like justifies the beginning of One Piece being so either subpar or not reaching the expectations that were set by like your interactions with other fans? Like, does that?
What do you mean?
I get the, so like for example, I for one take the stance of like something like the highs can be really good, but that doesn't justify other parts of it being bad, if that makes sense. So like for example, an argument I've never really enjoyed when it comes to manga or just stories in general is like it's build up, therefore it can be bad or it can be boring, it could be whatever. I'm personally of the stance of like, no, like build up can be interesting, and I think that like the payoff should not be the only enjoyable part of the story. So I'm basically asking like, does Marineford for Doofy like make up for or sort of like paint over your experiences pre Marineford, like the 6 out of 10, the 7 out of 10 ratings for certain arcs? Like, does that retroactively make them better? Does it make you like overall be like, oh yeah, that those previous chapters now are not they're not a detriment to the manga because it led to this, essentially, is what I'm asking.
Okay. Kreams kind of asked me this on Twitter the other night, so I'm glad you asked this because I have an answer in mind. And the answer is no. Because ultimately, when I'm rating something, I'm rating like my experience as I'm watching it. So if I watch, say, like, what's that one fucking arc with the little whale? Mountain something?
Reverse
Mountain, yeah. Reverse Mountain. I'm reading Reverse Mountain, and there's this big dumb whale, and he just keeps knocking his head against the mountain or whatever. It sucked. It was an awful arc. But then I find out in Thriller Bark, oh my god, the person that we made the fucking agreement with was Brooke. Oh my god, look at this little connection. Reverse Mountain now, no, Reverse Mountain's still bad. It's a neat callback, but it doesn't make my experience of Reverse Mountain any better. Likewise, even like on a bigger scale, Marineford was fucking awesome, but it being awesome doesn't make the way it was set up any better. It's just you're getting the effect of the punchline now, which is like the virtue of the punchline and is separate from the setup in a way. Even though I recognize that all the setup contributes to like how I feel about this, the actual experience of the setup in a lot of places was just like whatever /meh/bad. So, though in particular, like a lot of the setup and foreshadowing for Marineford in particular, though I would say is like pretty good, because if you watch my live tweets, every single thing I liked about One Piece prior to Marineford was like the fucking warlords coming through,
Yeah.
the admirals having an appearance. Like that's the shit I was going nuts for.
Yeah.
And so it literally just came together in Marineford. And everything I didn't like about One Piece wasn't in Marineford. That's why it's like the perfect One Piece arc for me.
Do you
Gotcha.
So let's go quickly like through this whole like. Do you want to work from Marineford up, or do you want to work from up till Marineford?
Up to Marineford for sure.
Okay, so your timeline here starts at Water 7. Do you want to just quickly write down the arc scores? I don't know if you did this Penguin rating thing for the East Blue Saga or anything before Water 7.
No.
So just
sadly not.
You can just quickly write it down. I'll like put it in Notepad and display it. Just like your scores for each arc. I can like go through them with you if you want. Or
I mean, I definitely remember my scores for like everything from Water 7 onwards.
So I think no, not supposed to show you that list because that's for my video this Friday. Yikes. Which by the way, Doofy, fucking great timing because my arc tier list comes out this Friday, and like by the time I think it actually goes live, you'll probably, assuming you're at your current rate, be on Fishman Island, maybe Punk Hazard around that time. So I'm excited to see that.
The two greatest arcs in One Piece? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo, that's crazy that you just said that out loud in front of like witnesses.
Yeah, I don't know what those arcs are about. I'm guessing Fishman Island is about some fishermen on an island, but
you know the craziest thing is like you saying that it hits,
I can't be wrong. There's no way I'm wrong.
It hits the ear funny. Like not in my opinion. Not only are you wrong, but like, okay, Fishman Island and Punk Hazard are like the most mid arcs.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
hilarious.
find it hard to believe that they're worse than like Orangetown and Syrup Village, but I've heard exactly that.
If they're worse, that's impressive actually. Like that's
like wow.
That's actually hard to do, I feel like.
It's not like I would personally give Fishman Island like a solid 6.5 out of 10. It is just offensively
What would you
long.
rate Syrup Village? I'm curious. I got to know what you would rate like the earlier One Piece arcs, just to get like a reference point of like what you think.
Well, okay, you know, without spoiling my tier list.
We just go through, or no? Maybe
yeah, we can't. We can. Can we not just go through the arcs like in order of when they occur, and that's when we get organic ratings for them and stuff like that.
Honestly, I think on one hand, I don't want to spoil my personal rankings as far as like my tier list goes, because that's, you know, something I'm actively editing right now. Like if you look at my little Premiere thing, you know, little flash, that's what I'm editing. And to try to keep it vague without giving like hard numbers, I'll say that like East Blue, with the exception of Baratier, it's like very forgettable. And I don't think that we need to like discuss it too in depth. Unless like, of course, you know, Doofy, you have like an East Blue arc that just besides Baratier, right? Besides Baratier, that just like resonated with you so much that you just like ended up loving it, and you can't wait to talk about it right now.
Interestingly, Loungetown was for I think obvious reasons.
Oh, Logetown.
Logetown, sorry. Fuck me, I'm just reading. I'm not watching it. I don't have all the cool pronunciations on deck.
It's not a it's like a pun because it's supposed to be like prologue, epilogue, because the Pirate King, you know, was born there and then he died there, and it's like Luffy's there. Yeah, so it's Logtown. Yeah.
Okay, that's worse. I wish I didn't know that, but
Doofy doesn't like puns.
I like that one. I like that one. That was all right.
Introduction of Smoker.
Because well, yeah, I love Smoker. I think Smoker's a real MF.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the scene where fucking Mihawk delivers that poster to Shanks.
Yes.
Again, it's just two like cold motherfuckers getting screen time, and that's all I need to enjoy a little bit of One Piece. Because every time I see like the fucking emperors, like the warlords, I get like so fucking pumped. Like it's crazy.
I think I'm the only person who enjoyed Syrup Village, LMAO, Yonko, TJWM. Okay. Good for you, bro. If you enjoyed Syrup Village, you are a better man than I am. I think even at, was it 18 chapters? Excuse me. It was still too damn long.
Yeah.
Syrup Village was Usopp's arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like slightly better than like Orange Town, I guess.
I liked the villain, Captain Kuro, because bro, like that's such a funny motivation. He's just sick of being a pirate. I don't know why, but it was just something that I still think about from time to time. Like, he is a guy who is, you know, like in his 30s, 40s, right? Who just he kind of gives me Nanami vibes.
That's wild that you would say that. That's insane.
Yes, because
that blew me back.
Because he has just general life dissatisfaction. And I think it's one of the more interesting villain motivations out there, bro. Like, even after the end of the arc, he went, the implication, and this might have been, I think it was an anime-only scene, but he reacts to Luffy's bounties after defeating Arlong, and he's, like, on a pirate ship, so you know he, like, went back to being a pirate kind of begrudgingly, but, like, he sucked at being a pirate, he sucked at being, like, a waiter or whatever, and he was probably gonna suck as, like, an aristocrat or a rich dude. Like, I don't think there was anything that would have made this guy truly happy with himself. So I don't know. It's something that I find very fascinating. Like, Buggy's in a very similar boat, but like imagine falling from grace like he did, right? Like, Buggy was on the fucking Pirate King ship as an apprentice, and then he became the fucking terror of the East Blue, the weakest ocean, and his bounty during that arc was 15 million berries. 15 million. You could probably get a 15 million berry bounty if you tried.
Is that low? I mean, I don't have any reference point for that.
It would be the equivalent of, because berries are just like a substitute for yen. So I'll do yen to US dollars. So let's say 15 million. 15. Is that 15 million? That's 15, that's 150,000. I think that's 15 million. So it would be the equivalent of about $12,000.
Oh, yeah, I could get a bounty like that if I just walk inside my house right now.
Yeah. So, you know, like, for context, the Pirate King's bounty was like 5.6 billion, and that equates to roughly $50 million.
That's kind of light for the Pirate King, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, but also imagine a single person being worth that much, like, on a bounty level. And I don't even know if they knew that he knew the secrets of the world. Like, my reading of it was always like, oh yeah, he got sick and then he turned himself in, but it's not like he proclaimed to, like, the world government and shit, hey, I know the entire secret history, yada yada yada, right? And even if he did, I'm sure, like, if he didn't turn himself in right away, they would have eventually raised this bounty. But, you know, that's my own personal headcanon.
Gotcha. So I'm assuming he has the highest bounty in, like, all of One Piece?
Yeah, like, he is the bar. Like, he's the cap.
Gotcha.
So,
makes sense.
On the topic of fucking East Blue, I can't believe I forgot that this was in East Blue. Arlong Park. What an absolutely, like, disappointing, like, terribly generic arc.
Okay.
And this is, like,
okay,
of what is supposed to be the first good One Piece arc.
Okay.
Arlong Park was a fucking major disappointment, and that's the reason it took me years to get back into One Piece, because of how fucking, like, much I did not like that arc.
I feel so validated and seen when you said that. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is, here's the thing. Arlong Park, it's funny. Arlong Park was kind of what killed One Piece for me. Like, for like, I think after much decision, I'm gonna get back into One Piece and, like, not pick it up where I left off, because I have no idea what the fuck I read. Like, I don't remember small details, but I'm gonna, like, read it, because I can pretty much binge read One Piece very quickly. But I remember the one scene that, like, it kind of, I was like, maybe I do want to keep reading this, was like when like, Nami is crying, and then Luffy, like, put his hat on her head and is like, we'll handle this.
Yeah.
And I was telling you this yesterday, Kreams, but the fights were garbage. Like, it was like, that's cool setup. Like, that's when he put his hat on, I was like, yo, that's actually dope. And for you to not have a sword and make me think you're dope in One Piece, that's a high bar to clear. And then, boom, the fights are bottom tier. That's something I really I think
Well,
that's kind of the thing
okay.
I have about One Piece. I don't like the way any of the fights have looked so far. Like even with
Yeah.
Mihawk and Zoro, I'm like, I'm getting by because this is two swordsmen, and I really I just like
Yeah.
swords, right? But on a
Yeah.
like choreography, on a visual level, like this is really like strangely disappointing.
I
And
1000% agree. And it doesn't help that like Oda frankly doesn't have like great paneling. There's a lot of scenes in Marineford where it's like, what the fuck is going
I
on?
think
Who
Oda.
who is where? Who is doing what? When does it happen? Like it's just very confusing. It's unintuitive. It's difficult to follow.
So
Like Oda is just notorious. I don't want to say notoriously bad, but I think there's a lot of people that like are fucking elitist about paneling that have gone through One Piece and have validated my concerns about this. But
like
like it's pretty
I'm
rough.
definitely in the camp that like One Piece's story is like more than makes up for it. Like okay, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like One Piece's art is perfect, but I think like One Piece's manga can only work as One Piece's manga, if that makes sense. Like excuse me, maybe the
Yeah,
exception
because
of
you
like Dragon Ball. It's very hard to make a story like One Piece believable with that kind of art style, like straight up.
yeah
And I think maybe the
because
like closest is Dragon Ball. And my fucking light died. Great, but the closest I think we've ever gotten is Dragon Ball, because despite Dragon Ball sometimes looking a little goofy, little lighthearted at times, there are other times when Goku takes his shirt off and his muscles have muscles. So
so here's the thing. It's not about like I don't mind One Piece looking goofy. I think that's fine. Like I'm not opposed to things being goofy. I like some of my favorite series are super lighthearted and almost never have like dark tones. In fact, one of my favorite series ever is just a manga that I like exclusively like to laugh at. But the problem with One Piece is I feel like sometimes it has this weird tonal dissonance where
I mean that's
goofy
intentional.
scenes intentional tonal dissonance, like when scenes are supposed to be badass, they're not supposed to be badass. I don't think that can be the case.
Example.
So, like a fight, right, between Zoro and Mihawk, like that's supposed to be cool. I'm supposed to be invested in like, holy shit, like Zoro's like as close to his goal as he's ever been in his life, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is supposed like conceptually, this is supposed to be this super intense, super dire moment. And in the manga, I'm like, I get like I can understand. Oh, this is like it's weird because my brain has like these two thoughts. It's like, oh, I know what I'm supposed to be feeling, but the art is failing to do that. Like, it's failing to evoke that emotion, if that makes sense. It's like since I just read so many stories, I know like generally I can understand. Oh, the author is trying to make me feel this or that, and typically it's on them to evoke that emotion through the art, the dialogue, blah blah blah. But the problem is
Mm-hmm.
when I get to like fights or like supposedly intense moments, it, that doesn't feel intense in any way. And I'm not saying the art style should change. That's not what I'm advocating for. I'm just saying intense moments don't feel intense, and it's just like this very like strangely
I mean,
it just doesn't the tone just doesn't match the moment that it's in a
honestly,
lot of the
okay.
times with One Piece.
So I
I
get
also want to add something on this point
okay.
too. I don't know if you want to just say your bit first, Creams,
Oh,
but
I wanted to say I think a lot, and maybe Doofy, you can either vouch for or against this point depending on because you're One Piece is, especially pre-time skip One Piece, is very fresh in your mind. Um,
mhm.
I do think Oda's gotten a lot better about that. Like I think Skypiea, for example, had some of the best art, if not the best art in all of One Piece. Just on a visual storytelling level, it was awesome. Like that panel with Enel, that was a whole page in the printed manga. And it was just really funny to like turn your page, or just even in the anime, it was a really funny transition. But it was like Luffy ringing the bell, the City of Gold. You finally see it for the first time. Like Oda definitely is able. Not even fights, like fights aren't his strong suit, admittedly, right? Where Oda really shines is in revelations and setup of cool mysteries, or aspects of the world building. That's really like where One Piece peaks for me, just in terms of its art.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
I will say though that my comment specifically isn't about the art. I actually like the art in One Piece, but it's the paneling, and I think that's a distinction a lot of people don't
Yeah, no,
like grab onto. But like, I just want to make that point because like people started like instantly making comments in like the chat about the art of One Piece, which isn't what I'm talking about. Like, I like the art in One Piece. I think it's actually good, and I mean, I reckon it's probably not until later that the art starts to fall off, as with any long running manga. But
and my sense is I'm not particular, like I'm kind of indifferent towards the art. I think it's fine. It works for One Piece. I don't even have like I don't even know what I necessarily attribute this to in general. It's just like moments that you can very like easily tell are supposed. I'm supposed to like be invested. I'm supposed to be nervous for the characters. I'm supposed to be like excited. They just don't do it because it just feels so like I guess you would say it's the art, or I guess you would say it's like maybe the dialogue. There's probably like a multitude of things that contribute to the fights just not feeling intense. Like you look at Dragon Ball fights, you look at Bleach fights, you look at really any battle shonen that like has very like moments heralded for their intensity. You can look at their manga and be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like you can feel the sort of like emotions that you're meant to feel. But at least with what I've seen with One Piece, even with fights that are like they're supposed to be pretty climactic. Arlong versus Luffy, for example, Zoro versus Mihawk, two fights that stand out to me in terms of like, oh, this should be a big thing, at least for how far we're in now. This should be like, I should have a distinct different feel than I did before, but I don't. I just feel like, I'm just going through to go through it and like to sort of finish what I've read.
I mean,
I gotta add on to that because this is exactly my problem with One Piece also. I think it's both its biggest strength and weakness, because one of the biggest issues in a lot of battle shonen is the derailing comedy. Like, I always cite like the same moment in Bleach where it's like the big battle against Aizen, and then fucking there's this. It's super intense. The stakes are as high as they could possibly get, and then just fucking Ashin and Ichigo just like having like this absolutely dog shit comedic relief moment that just kills the tension there, and that really does like absolutely thwart the momentum it was building up, and it made it difficult to kind of get back into that. And every big battle shonen has that problem. Naruto has that problem. Bleach has that problem. Dragon Ball has that problem. And literally any battle shonen you think of has that problem. But I think that the strength of One Piece is that it doesn't take itself that seriously all the time. I think it generally does have it presents itself in a much less serious, goofier way. I mean, that's evident in the character designs. It's evident in like the quality of like the dialogue. I'm not saying like it's inferior, but that it's just a lot of like the ordinary dialogue is a little more lighthearted. It's funner. I think that Luffy's very paradigmatic of that tone, because he's just this kind of like goofy dude. Now, much like Luffy himself, like this series can take itself seriously, but it just doesn't do it enough, and that's my issue with it.
I mean,
so like throughout everything before Marineford, it just felt like all the severity of what should have been intense moments was being undermined by the fact it wasn't taking itself seriously enough.
Okay, I want to respond.
That's why I like Marineford, because that's the first time it took itself seriously, and that's when it was actually nice.
So Doofy, listen, I want to respond to that, because I think BR brought up a similar point when we spoke about this yesterday, and I'm gonna say a similar thing. I just want to add on one little thing to it. Essentially, what I said was like, One Piece's drawn and the goofiness of it is kind of meant to contrast just how fucked up the world actually is. See Sabaody, for example, right? Like that has aspects of like a seinen manga, right? But One Piece's like goofiness is able to kind of camouflage that, or do it in a way that's like very tonally jarring in what seems like a very intentional way, right? Like you see all this, like you see somebody using another person as like a car, right, or like a carriage, and they have collars on, right? And you're like, is this the same goofy like pirate manga where he's just like screaming into the heavens, I'm gonna be the next pirate king? So it allows for like, I think, a more engaging kind of narrative, because the like tonal contrast can add like a huge like bonus to the this is purely subjective, by the way, can add a huge bonus to the reading experience.
I think you're right.
Okay.
But I just have to finish this point really quickly. Sorry, Ronin. I think you're right, because like honestly, like I've read a decent amount of manga. I've seen a decent amount of battle shonen, and like there aren't a lot that have that same kind of tone in the way One Piece does, like in the sense of like that grandiose adventure, kind of lighthearted fun. Like there aren't a lot like that. Like it's a kind of niche that, despite having been running for over 20 years, like a lot of other manga never were able to like replicate. But ultimately, like it really just comes down to uh, like this is just one way of presenting like a battle shonen that is difficult for me to get into. And granted, I'm in it now, and there are some like moments that are exceptional to the rule, I guess. But yeah, it really just comes down to like this isn't my kind of tone ultimately, and I kind of suspect Ronin's in the same boat, like just from like having like both of us having talked about this.
Yeah,
But
it just feels
yeah,
it's sort of like I'm like I said, Grand Blue, like solely comedy based manga, 10 out of 10, like best ongoing manga right now to me, right?
Okay.
Better than JJK, which takes itself quite seriously. Better than like better than Bleach in my opinion. Like I just like it more. Just a more enjoyable. It's like I find myself having an unbelievable amount of fun laughing at and just smiling when I'm reading that manga, right? So I want to make it clear I have no issue with something not taking itself seriously. The issue is that One Piece, like it does take itself seriously on occasion. It's not like it isn't a gag manga. It's a battle shonen that is much more lighthearted than its contemporaries. So, for example, I have no issue with Luffy and Zoro like making stupid jokes with each other as they're hanging out, right? I'd hope that they're funny personally because I really don't like seeing unfunny banter going on between. It's just kind of cringy to me. But regardless of that, like the fact that it's there isn't the problem. The problem is if you show me a character getting as close as they ever have to their dream, right, and having them clash with the person that is literally the stopgap for them, right? If he beats Mihawk, he achieves his dream and kind of like fulfills almost his lifelong goal, right? If you put that scenario in front of me and you play it seriously, which I think One Piece does, it's not played for laughs until like after the fight. If you show me that and I don't get any sort of there's no seriousness from it, there's no sort of sense of urgency. I don't really expect to be invested in what's happening. I feel like that's a failing of that fight. I've like tonally One Piece can be as goofy as it wants, right? I don't think it's particularly funny, which is why I think the goofy tone doesn't really work on me. I just think it's one of those things where it's like a mangaka is attempting to be funny but isn't, and I'm like, whatever. But outside of that, I'm talking more when it gets to the conflicts, when it gets to the fights. If you're going to portray, like if you're going to hold or attempt to play this seriously, and you fail to do that, that's a flaw in its part, in my opinion. Which I don't know if you guys would disagree that Zoro versus Mihawk, at least in the middle of the fight, isn't played for laughs at all. It's as serious as the manga gets up to that point, in my opinion, in terms of like conflict for Zoro. It's just like it's like, wow, I have my goal right in front of me. He's not taking me seriously. He's using this small knife. It's a dishonor to me as a swordsman and my dead friend, right? And I'm going to fight him. And it's just like
So
the juxtaposition doesn't work there because he's trying to go for a serious tone, at least in my opinion, and he's just failing to do so.
So where do you see the failure in that Zoro Mihawk thing? Because that's regarded as like one of the best interactions and fights in the entire series.
That is
Just like on a character level, not on like a technical, like they're duking it out level, right? Because it's not a fight, you know?
Yeah, which is I get it's like it just seems like okay, so I think typically that you have to sort of like when you're making a manga like particular to this medium or anime or really anything that requires like both a visual and like textual things to relay its information, right? You can't just give tone off of one thing, right? You can't just tell me it's supposed to be serious and then not show me that it is. Which
So
is why like okay, Zoro like having this little flashback and like making it clear that's his goal is like okay, now I understand why I should be taking this seriously. Show me it. Like give me a like because you fulfilled maybe half of the bargain. You have to complete the other half. You have to show me like I have to see some real like it doesn't even have to be like this Dragon Ball, Bleach, or JJK level action. It just has to be. I have to feel something really, and I don't really feel that from One Piece. Like, and I know I can feel it from One Piece because when you were showing me some of Oda's stuff, like showing up some of his architecture, I felt a sense of like awe. I was like, okay, that's impressive. Like I feel like if he's going for a sense of awe and like you're supposed to be surprised or sort of taken aback by this, then yeah, he did that well. So it's clear that his art can evoke emotions from me. It's just like in this fight, in one of the bigger fights in what I've seen, it just completely fails. And for me, a battle shonen failing on the battle aspect is it's it's very bad. It's a very integral thing to just what type of manga it is. Period.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, I'm not gonna try to sit here and argue against it because that really is a personal preference thing, right? Because for me, it landed, right? I didn't really see that big of a tonal, like a jarring tonal thing. And my closest experience, actually, like while we're on this topic, is in Sabaody, right? Because I thought like Oda would put on the kid gloves that I was, that I perceived as kid gloves during up until Sabaody, I mean, right? And then you see a guy being like used as a horse, and you're like, huh, it's kind of weird for One Piece, And then
Mm-hmm.
the entirety of Sabaody, the Straw Hats losing in the way they did, all this stuff kind of culminates, and you're like, what? What's going on here? Like, it feels like I'd say One Piece surrealism is the end of Sabaody all the way to like post Marineford, right? Like that's definitely like a weird time in One Piece in the grand scheme of things, right? Because it's not like after the time skip. It kind of is. Okay, so after time skip, so from Fishman Island to I want to say half of Dressrosa, most of Dressrosa, One Piece is still very like One Piece. You know what I mean? Like it's still very like goofy pirate manga in that way, and there's like one real character death, and I even hesitate to call it that, right? But there is one present day non flashback character, named character that dies in One Piece post time skip, and that's pretty much it, right? The rest of them are either red shirts or they do that thing where they just like happen to survive. And I'm not gonna say that like it upsets me because I still enjoy the stories being told, right? But it does make that gap in One Piece very strange on rewatches because you're like, why hasn't he done this again? Like these people, especially when you get to Wano and you're like, there's no way at least like half of these people should like be dead. And to Oda's credit, I think like the Grim Reaper thing when that was popping off was like very subtle, but like the character's still alive, so I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted. It really depends on like how you go into the series, like what expectations you have, and I just like to take it arc by arc. Because if Marineford has told me anything, is that you can expect the unexpected.
True, so true, bestie.
I think
like I said, I'm honestly of the opinion that everything up to Marineford was worth it just to get to Marineford. Even when I had such crazy criticisms and there were so many pressing issues about One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that is all worth it for Marineford because I think Marineford really is all that.
Yes.
Like besides like all my favorite Naruto arcs, like Marineford is number 2. Like of like all now granted most of the manga I like don't have arcs, so there's that. But
yeah.
like
but like
Marineford really was all that.
Yeah. And like would you include Impel Down and that Return to Marineford as like part of what we call Marineford, or is that just separate?
No, separate. Yeah, I very much do like I break it up.
Them, yeah.
And the reason for that is like I do think Impelled Down was like substantially not substantial. I do think Impelled Down was like
so
better
fun.
than a lot of the previous One Piece arcs because like it starts really awesome. It starts like with Ace and his grandpa like in the cell talking, like you get a little bit of lore building from in there, and that's awesome.
I love
the little exchange between
Buggy,
Jinbei and Ace.
The classic villains. Bro, okay, did you like squeal
and yes,
a little bit when you saw
exactly.
Crocodile? Yeah.
When Croc came back, I lost my
Yes.
mind because
Yeah.
before this, Alabasta was my favorite arc, and when I saw Croc, I was like, "That's my fucking
Yeah.
guy there. That's Croc. He coming back," and I was so hyped for that shit. And you know what? This arc made me like Buggy. Like
Yes.
he played. This
Yes.
was like the best comedic relief I think I've seen in One Piece
Yes.
because I don't know, just like him trying to, even with like I guess this is more Marineford, but like Buggy trying to like show off to the cameras, like trying to lead like this fucking brigade of like
Mhm.
inmates, like trying to become like one of the emperors, like the pirate king. Like
Mhm.
he was so like he thought he was gonna do it. And dude, when he was talking to Whitebeard and like all the inmates were like watching him, he's like, "Oh my god, Whitebeard thinks
Yeah.
Buggy's his equal." I was like, "This is actually pretty good," and I
Yeah.
was super into that.
Honestly, Buggy has like the best character redemption out of like most of the East Blue characters that got reintroduced, or like just early characters that got reintroduced. Like I definitely appreciated Buggy more during Impel Down and after.
Yes,
I have
yes.
I have three notes that I always want to preface whenever we talk about Impel Down and Buggy. Right, one, prison Buggy. He looked great. I don't know like why he's wearing that stupid like pirate getup or like marine getup, but like Impel Down Buggy, bro. Long hair, he was chiseled, like
I loved the long hair. It looked good on him.
He was handsome, right? Like he fucking
He
pulled it off.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Joker moment.
Yeah. Second, I realized because of that long hair thing and his transition into that costume, you know the little tassels off his fucking hat? That's his hair.
Wait, really?
Yeah, the tassels off Buggy.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I didn't realize that before.
Yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, you can see here that's his hair coming out.
Also, you might want to ban that toast for dinner guy in chat. He's like a sod type robot that we don't want to have around.
Doofy guy is a character, can't trust him. All right. I'll take your word for it.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Boot him.
We hate toast for dinner. Ban him.
No bots allowed.
No.
All right. I know it's crazy long, but do you guys think the length is needed for the story? Okay, so this is a bit of a hot take here, right? I think if it was like any other series, okay, no, this is the most like, you know, fuck you guys. You know, it's my stream. I can say this. This is my most nuanced take about One Piece's length, right? For the kind of story Oda's been writing, it's too short. But for the kind of like general writing a manga aspect, bro, this shit should have been wrapped up 300, 400 chapters ago. It is exhausting how many of these arcs, like Wano itself, right, by itself, has been going on since 2018. I went into and graduated college in that time, and we are still in Wano. Like, that's crazy to me.
Nice.
But like
peak fiction, right? Why not never have the best arc in manga end? Like, come on now, it's so good. Why stop the arc?
But you know, that's my very like in regards to One Piece's length, right? For the kind of story One Piece is at the current moment in time, it is just not enough, unfortunately. So
no, bro, you could have cut a lot of this shit out, and it would have been like fine. Like you could have cut East Blue in half. You could have took out fucking like Amazon Lily. You could have took out like fucking Punk.
Agree with you, right? I think if not even cutting them out completely, just shortening them by like 30% would save you so much time. Like once you reach Fishman Island, almost the first thought you're gonna have is this could have been 25 chapters shorter.
How long is it?
It's like 50 chapters. It's roughly the
same.
It's
googly moogly.
It's roughly about the same length as Thriller Bark.
Is it okay? I don't actually know. I feel like people dislike Fishman Island. I remember like on my tweet, somebody was like,
"Yeah, Fishman Island is definitely
like notoriously bad, right?"
It's like okay, so you know how
just like give me like the TLDR.
Okay, the TLDR. You know how Skypiea was like 30% amazing, but 70% mostly dull.
Skypiea, I gotta like double check the numbers on that one because I actually think that are you talking about Thriller Bark or
Skypiea?
Okay. I gotta double check that because I remember Skypiea. Yeah, but I remember Skypiea being like more disappointing.
Yeah, but you remember
like remember Jaya was like pretty like solid, but
like
Skypiea itself.
I'd say like the parts with Enru, that fight, and then you know all the lore world building aspects. Like I'd say Skypiea is my favorite arc for like because I think it's the best executed for lore and world building. but and I really just like enjoy Eneru as a villain. But when
I
it
love
comes,
NL. Yeah,
yeah,
he's dope.
but you know,
Dope.
Fishman Island is like Skypiea if it didn't have Eneru, and it was about the same length. Yes, the setting is visually cooler. I think Fishman Island is just an absolutely like gorgeous setting to behold. Um, but the fucking villain, the characters, like, it's so, ugh, it's just dull, bro. Like Fishman Island is in the most like technical sense a must watch, but like only, and I mean only, because there's like important narrative stuff for the overarching story. I would say if you're a rereader or rewatcher, just skip the first 40, 50 chapters of Fishman Island, read the last 3. That's it.
Damn. That's really how it is, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Noted. I'm gonna be fucking accelerating through 1 to
Fishman
47.
Become an arc skipper.
I'll never become an arc skipper.
I am.
I'm morally better than that, but
I read too much manga. I can't even remember these One Piece character names. I have to Google associate with their face, and that's fine. Fishman Island message and themes is 10 out of 10, but the arc itself is a dry. Dude, yes. Like, the point of Fishman Island, the themes it tries to convey, all this crap, super great, right? I respect the attempt, but, bro, it is so boring. It is, like, it's kind of like sitting through history class, almost.
God damn.
yeah.
One Piece is like he's like going to school.
Like,
Hey, to be fair, there are some pretty good going to school moments with One Piece.
are you a fan of the beginning of One Piece, or do you think it's worth skipping the initial arcs? No, like, there's no, like, manga-wise, you shouldn't skip any, like, arcs on your first read, right? The only reason I skip certain things is because I personally don't, like, I feel like I don't need them. Like, I initially skipped Robin's flashback because I was like, I already like Robin, I don't need this, right? So... Yeah, I know. It's a little weird.
Fuck what he said. I don't want any more of this character I already like. Fuck
Yeah.
her.
Like, I'm like, oh, Oda, you ready? Like, you're not gonna waste my time in these next couple chapters. You already struck gold, so I'm just gonna cut through, like, the part I want to read. And then, just out of curiosity, I went back to, like, see stuff I missed. So, the only parts that I didn't care for, or, like, don't even bother remembering, are things like Robin's mother, maybe Jaguar D. Sol, like the giant that, Aokiji froze. Like moments like those are cool, but you know, it's just because I like Aokiji, not because, you know, I like fucks with Robin's mother or the rest of Ohara. It's cool in the sense of like the events that happened, but I do not give a shit about Robin's like backstory. So I just like kind of mentally I'm like, yeah, it's fine, I can skip it.
Yeah, I'm with that.
This is.
I mean, I can support that, though I myself don't. I'm gonna read everything through thick and thin.
I mean,
and trust me, there's a lot of thick.
There's only like I think one arc that I hate and actively like avoid like the plague, and that's Little Garden.
Yeah, Little Garden was fucking awful.
So like, dude, everybody like has a massive hard on for Little Garden. I get it. I hate it and I disagree with it, but I get it. Like, their whole thing is like, well, it's gonna be when Elbaf happens, it's gonna become Usopp's arc, and then it'll retroactively make that great. I'm like, bro, Little Garden is the most boring fucking One Piece arc. It is the only, like, next to Longlands, which by the way I like more than this arc. It literally feels like filler.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Like, that's the other thing too. Like, we've already talked about this earlier, but like, I'm so against the idea that you can do something later in the narrative that makes somehow the earlier arc better. If anything, it's recalling your like nostalgia for an earlier arc to make the current arc better. It's not. I find at least that's not how I can conceive of rating things. Maybe for other people, but maybe like I think what happens is people like reread and they have the foresight of future events to reinterpret the things that are happening, and so they reevaluate it accordingly. And maybe that's fine, but like I've mentioned to you, Kreams, I will never in my life reread One Piece because it took me fucking 13 years to get to where I am now. So, honestly, though I might reread, like I'm gonna watch Marineford like 100%.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, you should definitely watch Marineford, and you should watch it. Like, bro, please let me send you One Piece Kai. It is, like,
I already know. I've had those links for a long time. I almost watched it, but I heard a lot of people say that unless you read the manga, not to do it.
Well, now you read the manga.
Yeah, well, exactly. So And I have the links, but yeah, I will 100% be doing that only because the first reason I couldn't get into One Piece was of how terribly stretched out the beginning of the anime was already.
Like,
on top of the already terribly stretched out manga introduction.
Here's my big rave review of Fishman Island, right? During the anime, because I was watching, this is before I found out about the fan edits and stuff, but like I was watching it on normal fucking pace, like normal episode by episode, right? And it was so insufferable that I just like stopped watching and like blasted through the manga with the rest of the arc, because I just couldn't stand to like spend any like amount of time longer on the stupid ass like flashback with the queen and everything. Oh god, like
watching the One Piece anime definitely sounds like torture.
Bro, imagine watching that shit week to week, like at normal speed. That shit's psychotic to me.
Yep.
People who do that are monks, right? The
anime is so slow absolutely.
For me. Bro, like
I think what's crazy too is like One Piece doesn't have that much like outright filler. It's just paced
like
badly. Like they'll cover like a chapter an episode.
I think it was Grand Line Review that did the math on this, and he said that most, like generally speaking, anime, the thing that we call anime in Japan is supposed to be 2 to 3 chapters per episode, right? So think JJK episodes, that like those are very dense, a lot happens in each episode, so like it's very fun, right? That's how you're able to get like 60 chapters in 25 episodes. With One Piece, the math tells a different story. Instead of one episode being roughly 2 to 3 chapters, one episode of One Piece equals roughly 0.86 chapters of One Piece.
That's
not
trash.
even a full chapter.
Though, is that the whole series? Because I also saw those numbers before, and I heard that it was post time skip that it got like worse. I heard pre time skip was a little better.
It's more bearable, especially the East Blue Saga. But dude, after like post time skip, mamma mia, bro, mamma mia. Like
that's like when I genuinely just prefer filler. Like honestly, do like fucking 24. Like give us a 24 episode filler arc.
There is no
so then we can have like nicely paced episodes of like Wano, for instance. You know what I mean?
There should be 1,000 episodes of the anime of an anime with a manga that's also over 1,000 chapters. Like it should be 800, 800 episodes max of the anime with how many chapters in the manga right now.
Yeah. Well, like take a fucking break, bro. Give those bros at the studio like some time to like freshen up and be on their A game when they return. Like just do the seasonal like block release.
Yes, please. Like do the shit that My Hero Academia does, even where it's like just one season a year. But like this shit is so exhausting because it makes watching the damn thing so like tedious. And like now you're relying on like other like normal people to like fix it for you and upload it, you know, to certain websites for you. Like those people, I love them. Like shout out to people who like fan cut series for watchability. Like I think Oceans would like he had an article written about him. Like he did that shit with Naruto.
I saw that. Awesome.
Hero shit, bro. That's hero time.
But for the record, I'm a big fan of Naruto filler, but that's another conversation entirely.
I didn't know Naruto. Like Naruto was my first experience with filler, and I didn't even know the concept of it. Wait a minute. After Sasuke left, a lot of this has been kind of weird. Like this doesn't feel as hype as the tuning exams. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
it's not horrible, but goddamn, this is weird. This is kind of suspicious. And I was like, wait a minute, wait a second. This isn't right at all. This doesn't. I was like, why? Like, what happens after the Sasuke retrieval arc? And it was like Naruto Shippuden. And I was like, what the fuck is Naruto Shippuden? Like, what have I been watching? It was very interesting. Filler is better when you don't know it's filler. I stand by that 100%. Knowing it's filler, I feel like makes it worse.
Yeah, because I've had this conversation so many times, but like, yeah, okay, sometimes it's obvious, but also just like once you've already classified it as filler, I don't know. There's such this like deep stigma, that just filler just is bad. But like there is so much good filler, like, and I'm gonna be that motherfucker. But like, there's a lot of filler in Boruto that's fucking dope. It's okay. Yes, quote. It's
anime
filler.
Canon. It's canon, buddy. It's canon to the manga.
Dude, anime canon is borderline disrespectful, dude. Like
no, it's canon because it's literally signed off by like the original creator. Like he approves of this fucking of like this overview. So
I
like
tend to
it's
like
not even like
when
it's
authors do that.
Bro.
Not, I don't like entire arcs that are anime canon, but I do like when an author's like, holy shit, like this would be really like even JJK did that. I don't know if you remember that, Creams, but like
Yeah, it was like
JJK
that
extrapolated on
fight.
Nobara's
Yeah.
backstory for one.
And the fight with Megumi and
Which
Sukuna. Yeah.
yeah, it does that. I mean, it has to do that all the time. Where Gigi's like, hold on, this would be kind of fire if I added this here. Like having the sort of retroactive view of your series. I think that's why I'm kind of like I'm like anime canon is not horrible. Now I just don't fuck with Boruto enough to watch anime canon. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
yeah.
it has nothing to do with it being anime canon. It has everything to do with it being Boruto.
Look, bro, I think I've said this to you guys before, and I'm just a canon supremacist, like straight up. Like I don't believe in this whole filler mumbo jumbo.
That's why we said anime canon, man. Get on that Boruto anime canon for real.
Ugh.
Also, just real quick to Brendan, no, like filler is usually, if it's called filler, strictly speaking, it's created independent of like the mangaka's original intentions. It's only when they like sanction it that it becomes like, you know, anime canon.
Boruto.
Or sometimes the author won't mention it, but they'll like they won't say, "Oh, this I've approved this," but they'll like there will be some mention of something that only happens in filler in manga, which I think Bleach does that with one of its movies where they mention like the Valley of Screams, which is something you only see it's something that only happens in the anime, like you never see that in the manga, but it's like it's sort of like yeah, that did happen. We just didn't see it in the manga. It's an anime canon thing.
Yeah.
Also, I need to be transparent here for a moment. Toast for dinner is actually like one of my best friends IRL.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, fuck. I think I already. Yeah, I just timed him out.
You timed him out, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
messaging him on Discord. I just really had to I had to get him one time.
Okay. Sorry, Toast. I just believed Doofy at his word. I won't do that anymore.
Well, to be fair, Toast really did come in with a sod impression, so.
Oh, okay.
Though the second comment you deleted was like a genuinely like pretty good comment.
Dude, I'm kind of like mad right
so
now.
RIP.
YouTube just fucking yellow $signed me. What the fuck?
Nice.
Because we're cursing probably.
Dude,
Like a fucking sailor.
No way. No way.
Have I been cursing like that?
No.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
refuse
I
to
have
believe
been.
it's because of that though. Like because I think they just auto flag like the words One Piece and shit like that.
Because it's so trash. Yeah. I've
No,
heard that.
I did a stream where like I reacted to like those guys that did the 10 trillion hour response to me, and unfortunately that also got yellow $signs.
So I think it's just
because
like,
I'm being bullied.
yeah, I mean, I tried to do a fucking manual review for it right now, but like, do you think one of the YouTube people is just like in the fucking live stream right now, just like watching this? And
Yeah,
like,
fuck YouTube. We hate YouTube.
No, he's
I
just
encourage
like,
bullying on this
bro,
channel.
He's just like, bro, the second I see like even a fucking clip of One Piece, bro, I'm shutting this whole like the guy's just ready. He has like a fucking kill switch, like hovering above his fucking desk.
Is that a One Piece clip? Get him! Like
Yeah.
you know.
Yo, like, dude, the second he sees that shit, you know, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link him your channels too. If I'm going down, this whole fucking thing's coming with me.
Yeah,
I get nothing off
you're
this
gonna have
live
to speak
stream,
to
so that's
my
fine by me.
lawyers. Yeah, I'm gonna be good off that. Thanks.
Bro, Doofy, I still can't believe like this. Like, what? This is almost 3,000 likes. Like. Most of these people don't even have the context that you gave Water 7 a 7. Like this is like purely organic. I just love that, bro.
I
The
think
1P5 accepting praise.
well, that's the thing too, right? Like where was my theory at before? I had this big thread of like me trying to explain the phenomena I went through over the course of like fucking 3 days, where I experienced the full spectrum of the fucking One Piece community. But this is my theory, essentially. One Piece fans all follow the same mantra. It's like, you have to read until the end of Arlong. That's when it first gets good. So if you drop before Arlong and you say One Piece is bad, they can just like lean back on the fact that they always say, well, it's not until R1 that it gets good. So that's fine. And honestly, if you don't like it by Arlong, people usually just drop it anyway. So they're totally protected then. However, the people that then actually give the effort to go as far as like Water 7, just naturally by virtue of having put so much energy and time into the series, are generally going to start to foster positive feelings towards it. And that, I mean, obviously, if you just fucking read 400 chapters, you probably like it enough to read 400 chapters. So by the time you get to Water 7, that plus a little groupthink, it's pretty easy to see how like most people are just going to give like a 10 or a 9.
Yeah.
So when somebody like little Doof come around, give it the fucking the most controversial rating, dare I say, the little 7 out of 10. Oh, they wasn't ready for that because they don't have an excuse now because this is supposed to be actual One Piece at its prime. It's not Arlong good; it's actual One Piece good. You weren't supposed to get this far. If you didn't like One Piece, you were supposed to have dropped it by now. But then, of course, this is all premised on the misunderstanding of 7, because Seven's frankly like quite good. Like it's above the average what I give to a manga. I give like my average score for manga is like 6.4 or something. 7 is above average by the metric of every manga I've rated. But even that aside, I love it when people bring up like the fucking like the grading example, because 70 is like an average grade like on in a course.
And if you're in university, a 75 is like, oh, thank God I'm still in this class.
Yeah, bro, you're like a B plus. Hello, like you're doing crazy. Like you're doing awesome, kid.
I tell people like recently I went through like a lot of the manga and I re-ranked them, and I was like, I realized that I still like, even if I rank something like a 5 out of 10, I'm like, that doesn't mean I don't like it. I just think there's as much good as there is bad, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like a 6 out of 10. It's not my favorite or anything, but I'm willing to read it, and I'm willing to read a lot of it. 7s are particularly good. And obviously anything above that is like where you're getting to like you could say great or like excellent tier or whatever. But that's why I thought it was weird. It's like, dude, I was heartbroken because you rated it that high. I was like, no,
dude, no, yo, you're
exactly.
Bro. You're such a hater.
I was like, no, bro. I feel like I see you under every Naruto post that's positive, Kreams. You can't talk about me being a hater, bro.
How dare you, bro?
Postal enjoy his Naruto read, and you're like, oh my fucking God, we lost one. Like, no, we're both haters. Accept it.
Bro.
I just happen to direct my hate towards One Piece.
Yes, bro.
And
get into it, Ronin.
Get educated on One Piece so I can hate it even better.
Dude,
oh, God.
Yes, am I petty? Of course. Do I hate Naruto? Of course I do. Do I wish what's his fucking face? Mashimoto would stop writing? I mean,
he doesn't write anymore.
Hey yo, no, that's crazy. Then where are all these Boruto chapters coming from?
His former assistant.
Dude, somebody's
I
willingly
think Kishimoto's I think Kishimoto's now like in charge of it again.
Dude,
no,
I
think he's like dictating the story. I don't think he's drawing it though.
He might give like some like do this shit type thing. Like it's kind of like how Toriyama handled Super. It's like he gives them like a general
like story beats to hit shit like that.
Yeah. He's like, get there. How you get there is your issue.
I mean, look, bro. I'm not
paycheck to me.
Like I've told you guys both my reasons for like why I hate Naruto so much. It's just purely the pettiest, the pettiest, most unfair thing in the world, and I don't know if I'm gonna change that.
No, it's fine. I don't want you on Naruto anyways. I want you to sully its good name.
Oh wow, my camera died. Okay, wow, I didn't even notice that. That's funny.
Also, I'm just gonna say it. I still like I like Boruto more than I like One Piece. Unironically, there is no meme. I like Boruto more.
That's
We're
crazy.
Still in the game. We're still in the game.
I think Marineford's better than all of
for sure.
most of Boruto.
We're still in the game.
Marineford's better than most, but fucking Kurama's death, bro, Baryon mode, that shit was bussin'.
His roots, yes sir.
Yeah, get into it.
It's defeat.
Thank God. Woo, that was good. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Like genuinely, like Boruto is like. I'm also like, my commitment to Naruto is
I get
infinite.
You guys are Naruto shills. Listen. I just think if you're into Boruto, you enjoy dumpster diving. Like no offense, but
you ever found some cool shit in a dumpster? Low key, don't sleep on it till you try it.
High key. I'm gonna keep it high key. I think you're spitting.
This is an interesting conversation that me and Kreams were having because we were talking about One Piece yesterday. I think it was partly a meme, but like kind of partly serious. Where I was like, Kreams was asking me how far I got in One Piece. That was like 11 volumes or like 100 something chapters. I finished Arlong Park, and I was like, this is not good, right? And
Toast for dinner,
Kreams
W take. Sometimes you can get more enjoyment out of hating something than liking it. I'm a proud hater myself. Let's go.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, it's a toast for dinner. Oh, no, you're goated. You're
Yeah,
goated.
W.
You're goated. That's a goated.
Yeah.
That's unironically, like, I really like that
Yo,
take.
you just got
I
yourself
It
sometimes
is.
pinned,
thrive
bro.
off of hating something.
Yo, I just pinned him. Fuck yeah.
Nice. I like it. You
Yeah.
love to see it, man. But what I was saying for the take is, Creams was saying, like, I hadn't really started One Piece proper yet in Arlong Park, right? I was like on the prologue of One Piece, and my sort of counterpoint to that was that One Piece is the only story, like, in the anime and manga discussion, that I think gets that grace.
Yes.
And I think
Absolutely.
stupidly so, because no one in their right mind would tell you to read 100 chapters of Naruto or 100 chapters of Bleach or 100 chapters of any other semi-long running battle shonen to say, oh, it you still aren't in it. Like, oh my God, that's such a, I feel like that's so, it's just not a good argument for One Piece, I think. If you're like, I mean, 5 arcs, if I have to read 5 arcs and I'm still not at the point where, like, I can consider it good, the story, in my opinion, like, this is how I feel, right? I don't know if you'll agree with this take. This might be a little bit more extreme for you, because I know you really value the highs, but in my opinion, if, like, the introduction or the ending are just abysmal, I personally will confidently, with my entire chest, say the entire story's bad. So that's why, like, I tend not to sugarcoat when I say, like, if someone asks me, do I, like, if I don't like One Piece, I'll say yeah, and I'll say, if they'll ask me, like, if that applies to the entire story, I'll typically say yes, because I think if you have 100 chapters of manga that discourages me from reading further, and the only thing that kept me even reading to those 100 chapters is, you know, outside people telling me and pushing me, and it's gonna get good, it's gonna get good, it's gonna get good, and I get to the part that's supposed to be good and it's not, and I'm then told, sorry, you got another checkpoint to reach. I think that's bad. I think the story, that's why I say I'll obviously read it again.
Hold on.
Give it another shot.
Thanks, Arthur, for the $5 dono. Yo, I think we can all agree My Hero Academia is the worst anime ever of all time.
Damn. No. That goes to One Piece, actually.
Love that.
No, I'm joking. It actually goes to Hitman Reborn. Ironically.
I mean, if you watch the podcast, you know, being Broken Ronin are the biggest fucking My Hero Academia haters of all time.
Yeah. I actually had a My Hero confession yesterday, funnily enough, which you'll see soon enough.
Yeah.
That'll be very interesting.
Go on.
I'm kind of curious about your stance on that. Like, if the introduction to a series, if, like, the beginning stages are just complete, there's no redeeming quality to it. What do you think? Like, do you think that's indicative of the entire story being bad, or you can then say the entire story is bad because it fails on such a fundamental level, or, like, just your stance on that in general?
Yeah, no, I see what you're coming from, and I don't entirely agree. Like, for example, like you said, or like you recognized, I very much am a man of, like, the highs over the lows, but that only goes so far. So, for example, with One Piece, based off at least the first 50 or 580 chapters or so, there are, oh God, out of the 1,000 episodes, at least 10% of them are dog shit. At least
that's 100.
That's a conservative fucking estimate, but I think it's much higher than that. Because of that, I mean, at the 500 chapter mark, it's got one, like, phenomenal arc, some pretty good arcs, but then, like, 10% of the story is, like, dog shit. So to me, that series could never, as a whole, be a 10. Like, it just can't be. Like, there's so much that just can't be redeemed, I think.
That just doesn't work, yeah.
Right. Like, right now I have it at an 8. I'm still riding the high Marineford. That's quite generous, I think, actually. I could see that.
That's higher than I thought. I thought you'd average out all of One Piece so far to be like a 7.
No. I don't. I very much am against averaging out arcs to get your, like, overall score of a series. And my reason for that is you might just value certain arcs more than others. So, like, why would I make Marineford count the same as, like, Orange Village or whatever? Well, exactly, right. So I do count for those things. Plus, there are other, like, factors that are kind of like go across arcs. For instance, like, when things happen later on that recontextualize things later on or earlier on. That doesn't change my, I guess, thoughts on the earlier chapter, but it could maybe be like this little bonus like decimal point that's going to add on to the series when I reconsider my new score for it, I guess. But all that to say, like One Piece will never be a 10, I think.
I mean,
Just because how much you don't like.
Right. But I also think that like if I only read the 100 chapters, I would say like if somebody asked me, do I like One Piece at the 100 chapter mark, I would say no.
Are you exclusively
but
considering shonens? No, right? I didn't read the ending of Attack on Titan yet, but from what I understand, I'm getting ending of Code Geass vibes. Well, I've never watched either, so I can't vouch for that statement.
I'm gonna say this. Doofy was probably gonna disagree, I should say, because he doesn't like Code Geass as much as I do. Code Geass. I was spoiled on the ending of Code Geass, right? Like I knew how it ended,
right?
And that's an ending that's like predicated on you not knowing what's gonna happen. That's still probably my favorite ending to a piece of fiction, like at top 3 bare minimum.
Okay.
And I knew what was going to happen. The shock value of like the oh my god, like the realization. The entire season 2, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna end like this. Oh my god, it's gonna end like this. And then it ended like that, and I was like, fuck. I wasn't like. I tried to convince myself I wasn't spoiled too, which was kind of funny. I was like, no, maybe I didn't see that.
Yourself.
I was trying to hypnotize myself. I was like, nah, I didn't see that for real. I didn't know how it ends. But I did, and that ending was still like, I was like, oh my god, like this is this tied. It just tied everything I liked about the series together, in a great way, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It made this like Code Geass would probably not be my favorite series or favorite anime, I should say, if the ending was not as good as it was, right? That being said, a lot of people, I'll say this, my opinion on Attack on Titan is very mild compared to other people. Probably just because my opinion on Attack on Titan is very like mild. I just think it's okay, but the ending of Attack on Titan is very polarizing for people. A lot of people say it has gone from making Attack on Titan like their top 1 to being like the worst, not the worst, but like abyss fiction. And a lot of people said the ending has made it even better, right? And I think personally, that's valid. I think that if the ending of something, the intro of something, or the body in the middle of something, if any of those are like absolute trash, like irredeemable garbage, it's very, in my opinion, logical to say the story as a whole fails because you failed. Sort of like like imagine if you're like One Piece is good except its characters are absolute garbage. Like no, the story, like One Piece is bad then. It has good aspects, but I feel like if you fail on something as fundamental as your introduction or as your ending, you're trash, in my opinion. And obviously, some people are gonna disagree with that. I just think these things are so integral to making something complete that to fail completely on them just disqualifies you from being in like GOAT discussions, for example. So like I'm reading like, in fact, and this has happened before. So this isn't to say One Piece will always be disqualified from being a GOAT, in my opinion. Like, who knows, right? I may reread it. Like, in fact, something similar has happened. I've read JJK. I read JJK initially because a friend was telling me, like, yo, you like Bleach, you're going to really love this. It's, like, even better than Bleach. And I was like, no, it's not, probably. And I read it, and I, like, disliked JJK on my first read. Particularly so. I was like, no, this is, like, actually kind of ass. I don't know why you recommended this to me. And then the anime came out, and I watched the first episode, and I was like, I don't remember the first chapter being that good, so I'm going to reread the manga. And I reread the manga, and obviously I like JJK as much as I do now. So the same thing could happen for One Piece, but as of right now, as of April 11th, One Piece, to me, fails completely as a story.
I mean, BR, aren't you going to try to, like, revisit it? You said you wanted to...
Yeah, I'm going to... I decided that I'm going to reread One Piece.
Let's go... Would you? Okay, are
I'm
you
not live tweeting it?
I was like, there's no way you're gonna live because
the thing is, when I say random, like if I talk about a series that's semi-popular, I talk about a topic that's semi-popular, I'm probably getting like a couple hundred people seeing it, and I'm not sure I want that like couple hundred being blown up if I say, oh, this is still ass. I just don't want. It's such a headache.
It's even funnier to me because like Doofy's like 10 out of 10 tweet right here is like 20-30x the amount of followers he has, right? Do you remember I hope it's still up, but the Water 7 rating you gave, uh, fuck, where is it? Yeah, okay. So I want to see how that performed. Right, like this was like so mild compared to it, right? It only blew up because somebody else screenshotted it. By the way, delete a tweet now. The person who did that deleted that tweet.
Which
I hate when
one?
people do that. I hate when people do
You know,
that.
with that person, that account that screenshotted this tweet and said One Piece
Oh
fans
no,
are something.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's back. It's back. That's their homie.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
It wasn't even bad. They were just like trolling like toxic One Piece fans. So I was like,
they're like, yeah,
why'd you
One Piece
delete-
fans
yeah.
unreal.
Yeah, so the fact that like it got that much attention to me is very funny because when you look at it compared to like your 10 out of 10 one, it's like night and day, right? So most people have seen this version of you, right? So the Doofy who gave Water 7 a 7 or a 7.5, you know, they don't know about him. So I think that this hot take here might be a bit of a better representation of the general support of the One Piece community. Maybe.
No, because
Wow.
I don't
No,
think personally.
The One Piece fans,
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, the One Piece fans just want to hear praise, like for it,
Yeah,
and they just want to
that's what
dogpile
it is.
anyone that disagrees. Like it's
I-
that simple.
Yeah, I agree. If I praise One Piece, I will get an overwhelming amount of support. I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying I personally doubt I'm going to give One Piece the praise that people think it deserves, and because of that, anything I say, like I'll give like general, like oh I got back to where I read, like I came back to Arlong Park, still disappointing, or actually it was way better than I remember, or whatever. But I'm not going to like Doofy taking a much more like structured approach to it, which I personally like going through and seeing, right?
Mhm.
But I'm not going to do simply because I can very easily see myself like hating, like particularly hating One Piece, because even now, even though I call myself a One Piece hater, it's more of like a joke, a funny, if you will. I just I just think it's boring. I think it's a bad story, but I don't necessarily hate every bad story I've come across. I just think it's just not good. But I can very easily see myself if like dozens of One Piece fans are quote tweeting me, replying, you know, oh, you simply can't understand it. Like I will just be unable to differentiate the annoying moronic fans from my taste on the series. I just won't even try to, in all honesty. I'll just be like, you know what? I'm completely fine with this, like merging these two things, like in my head. It's just like me, like, you know what? Yeah, sure, whatever. The fan base and the anime sucks, and the manga sucks, whatever. I guess it's a match made in heaven. So I want to keep myself as far removed from the toxicity as possible. And typically, that's why, like, you'll rarely see me, like, unironically hate on things. Like, Black Clover dropped, like, on Twitter specifically, you won't see me hate on stuff a lot. On, like, in recordings, I'll hate on it all the time. But Black Clover dropped, like, in a abysmal chapter, in my opinion, this week. And I didn't talk about it because I don't want to deal with Black Clover fans, like, talking to me about the chapter, right?
Yeah, because then you have to talk about Black Clover.
Yeah, then I have to talk about Black Clover.
Yeah.
Then I have to, like, I don't have to, but then I feel obligated to justify my opinion, or else they're gonna run around with like this rhetoric that, you know, I'm a hater, or whatever. I just think it's much easier to like just I'm like not. I guess my thing is not every one of my opinions needs to be voiced. Like I have a lot of opinions that I just don't mention. Like not everybody needs to know that I think that, or it's just not relevant.
Ayo,
With One Piece, it might be more, but I don't know.
Ayo, Kreams, what's behind you? Walls? I don't know. So just to get back to this thing, Doofy, you're still gonna keep live tweeting, right? The rest of your read.
At the very least, the the climax of the arcs, like I might post like a few
like,
panels and some thoughts.
I
But like I still want to give I want to still like give like the one tweet of me like saying like a few words and then
and then
the rating.
Yeah, okay.
But like it's difficult to like just live tweet the way it was before because it kind of can disrupt the momentum. Not necessarily because it's nice to have like that forced break where you're like thinking actively about what you just read and then reflecting on it. I think that's only to the benefit of One Piece. But like I think like I didn't do that with Marineford only because like I was so fucking into it that I could not I couldn't like even like alt tab out of the fucking You know what I mean? Like I couldn't control shift tab out of that fucking tab. Like I was just like glued to the screen reading this shit.
Have you been reading like colored mostly? Like how's that been going? Like no memes.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been reading like color.
Slaps, right?
Should I read
Yeah.
the One Piece manga in color?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
I'll
It's
send.
pretty
Yeah.
pretty good.
Got
Yeah.
a link to it.
Bro,
I don't know
Doofy,
where
you've
to
been
start reading.
you've been a doubter, bro. You've been a doubter about colored manga for a while now, and it feels good to like I feel liberated here. You know, I
Yeah.
vindicated. That's liberation.
Yeah, you know, I'll be open. I've switched up on them. I'm team colored now.
Fuck yeah,
One Piece
bro.
definitely better colored.
W.
I didn't want to admit it. I hate
Yes.
being wrong, but you know,
Yes.
I'm a man.
Let's go.
I gotta reveal my my faults. This was one of them.
Let's fucking go. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's great, but yeah, Marineford is fire. I don't know.
Funny enough, I rarely ever find a fan of a series I like that I actually dislike. Most everybody is chill. Where you guys frequenting? Well, Twitter, bro. Twitter gets mad
Twitter.
toxic. Just people with like
YouTube comments do
anime,
too, though.
like either anime profile pictures or like the letter profile pictures are like the most toxic people out there.
True.
Yeah, literally, just okay. If you like, obviously this is an experiment. If you want to sort of find the underbelly of any community, find a tweet praising the series and say that series is ass.
Yeah.
You'll see
Both
you'll
ends
see
of the
how they
spectrum,
react.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see the praise, and then you'll see how you get eviscerated by them. As they're like tearing you apart, calling you whatever. Like and here's the thing, I don't want to come off as like holier than now. I do that with people all the time. Like there is this bot that tweeted, "I'm convinced anyone can be a manga artist. Have you seen the art in Jujutsu Kaisen?" And like rather than like
Dude,
engage in like
that's
intellectual
bait.
discourse,
That's bait.
I just call them a bot or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
bro. That's
So
fucking.
like
Yeah.
I like dogpiling people who I consider to be like intellectually inferior. So I'm not like coming off as like a holier than now type of
Yeah.
thing. It's just what you will see.
Mhm.
You say something that a fan base perceives to be stupid, and you will be treated as a second class citizen.
Oh, dude. So honestly, guys, I am down for either keeping the stream moving, or stopping it. It's really up to you. Like, how you feeling?
I want to go through the questions you wanted to ask
Yes.
me about
Oh my
Marineford.
God,
Because like
bro.
I'm Marineford on the mind again, and I kind of want to
Yeah.
like talk
Okay.
about it a bit more.
Shit.
Because just to bring it back, I have the questions. I can read them out.
Oh,
By the way,
I found it. Okay. So here are the
Yeah.
questions.
I just want to bring it up because this is like just to bring it back to a point Ronan made earlier.
Mhm.
Sometimes you can just know like what happens later, and that's fine because you know what happens, but
Yeah,
not how or
exactly.
why it does.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same thing with Marineford. Like I knew
Like
that
everybody knows.
Ace was gonna
right?
die. Like
It's
everyone
like-
knows Ace is gonna die. But like literally, and listen, manga seldom make me cry. But when I saw that panel, my brother, the tears would not stop flowing. It was intense. I just stared at that picture like for a while.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
Like I tend to like prefer not to be spoiled, but that's not even possible with One Piece for me right now. It's like whatever. I know One Piece because it exists. It's so popular. But like I said earlier, I mean Code Geass, I was spoiled on it, like the climax to everything about it, and it's still my favorite anime. So like it's not
Yep.
it's not a deterrent from like me enjoying something just because I know the outcome.
Yeah.
All right. So
Also, I want to add,
Hmm?
it's Ace's death infinitely better in the manga. I watched the clip, and then just Luffy like, "Wah!"
Oh my god.
And I'm like, oh my god, this kills the tone entirely. Like,
Mhm.
I can't take this seriously anymore. The voice acting is so dog shit. Like, I like the Japanese and the English. It was so bad. It totally killed it for me. I'm like, oh my god.
all right.
Shut up,
Tweet
Luffy.
that out. Tweet that out. Tweet that out. No. Don't
Okay.
actually.
Yo, let's run through these questions. All right. So I guess like number one, you just kind of answered. What was your favorite part?
Yeah, it's dense. It's like packed tight with fucking favorite parts. I mean, the obvious ones I think is when Whitebeard first pull up,
Right.
and
Did you-
Ace is screaming
okay.
like, "Why'd you come
I'm
here
gonna-
for
I'm gonna-
me?"
I'm gonna-
And Whitebeard,
Hold on. I want to make a bold take
damn,
here.
bro.
Wait, what's
Okay.
going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Okay.
Oh, damn, Ronin.
What I do.
Yeah, what are you gonna say?
So I was gonna say,
Wait.
did you see? Like, admittedly, I'm gonna give the anime this, right? The way they animated Whitebeard's abilities are like way better than when they were drawn. Like the Gorogoro no Mi's effects were fucking sick. Just to like see like reality breaking and loved it.
I could do it better though, no cap, but no, my beard's all right.
Doofy there.
Yeah. But yeah, I am. But like the first moment when Whitebeard just pulls up, and like Ace is like, "Why would you come for me?" It's just playing into like that character archetype of like him constantly like doubting like that he should even exist because he just has fucking like villainous blood, and like he's I love that whole like aspect of his character. That's what really like a part of what I love about him. But then just like Whitebeard be like, "Nah, you my son, I'm here to get you, let's get him, boys." I was like, let's fucking go,
bro. Whitebeard is
so
father
hyped.
of the year, and it makes like
oh yeah,
like honestly, Ace is like low-key to blame for Whitebeard's death. I know, like
yeah.
just, like
that's fine.
Like Ace escaped, you know what I mean? Like he had the out, and he fumbled the bag straight up. Like that's just how I feel about Ace, and it kind of makes me upset. There was like this thing that was like, oh yeah, did you know that Ace has like like very special, like okay, I get what Oda was writing with Ace, right? It was like it was an alternative protagonist, right? Ace is by all intents and purposes designed, written, and like showcased as a protagonist, but he just did not have that like it factor. You know what I mean? Like he did not have that in him.
I thought he had it more.
No. Here's what I mean. I don't mean in the sense of like charisma, because I think he definitely did, but I meant more in the sense of like, excuse me, drive. When it came to like,
I don't know. He was pretty like
no,
adamant that like he wanted to make Whitebeard the king of the pirates, and he was.
But I would say
that.
that desire is still less than that of Luffy's own desire to be Pirate King himself. You know, like for Luffy, it's like it's his North Star essentially, right? Like he that is steadfast, like what he's aiming for at like almost like to a fault, you know. And I just don't see.
But
Ace,
to be
like,
fair,
going
also
hard.
we've gotten like a few like slivers of panels of like Ace expressing that, whereas we have before that 580 chapters of Luffy just being that guy who's saying I want to be the Pirate King.
Yeah, but
maybe if we had the time with Ace, we would see a similar desire.
Okay, I guess that's just kind of a difference thing there. Moving on to the second question: thoughts on the Warlords officially now that you've seen the entire lineup.
Let me pull up like the list of the actual warlords just so I can give the line by line.
Oh yeah, let's look up by the way, look at this fucking tier list for all the One Piece characters. I was just gonna show this in my video just like as a like, you think I'm gonna do all of this and edit it? Y'all are tripping.
All right, what we got here for the members?
So 7.
Mihawk, dope. I really liked him in.
Hold on, Doofy. We gotta do this the right way. All right. You're on the Kreams channel. You know how we do it. All right.
Yeah, we take 10 hours to do anything.
Yes, bro. Yes. Okay, now let's start from this order. How are you ranking them?
I just pulled up the wiki, by the way.
Oh, wait. Can you see my screen, like on the stream?
Yeah, but it's like 30 seconds delayed, bro.
No,
It'll take 20 minutes for me to... You know what I mean?
No, there's spoilers in here. Fuck. Okay. So exit out of that, please. Kindly. Doofy.
What? What's up?
Come on, exit out of there. Come on. No spoilers for you.
What do you mean?
No spoilers.
Oh, the spoilers on the wiki page, you mean?
Yes. And
okay, good. I didn't actually look at any of them.
Okay, good. So just the warlords you saw at Marineford, I will tell you who they are, so you can do it one by one. All right. Number 1 is Gecko Moria. I want to get him out of the way.
Dog shit, waste of space.
Dude,
but you know what? He was great. He was great because he made Kuma look so much cooler. Because at fucking Thriller Bark, Moria was such a like dogshit warlord that Kuma had to pull up. Like the government was like, I'm worried that we're gonna have another like warlord go down. That's gonna look bad. Kuma, make sure that don't happen. So like it made Kuma look all the more powerful. Like he had to come in to help another one of the. But yeah, Moria himself was like a dogshit, awful design. Fucking get him out of here, boys. Get him out of here.
Okay. Dude, I love that even canonically in One Piece, like Moria is just so pathetic that like even the government is like, no, Like, enough of this. You're
Yeah.
just too
Like,
weak, bro.
why the fuck is he even like a warlord,
Bro,
frankly?
and it's even crazier when you think that like he's like the most recent warlord they fought aside from Kuma, right? Like they fought Crocodile like all the way back at Alabasta after like what 200 chapters. Like that is a crazy like there was almost double the amount of chapters since then, and and once you see like the rest of the warlords post time skip, you're gonna be like, how the fuck did he end up on this list, bro?
Yeah, felt that
Yeah.
deeply.
Smaller, just first impressions on Don Quixote do Flamingo.
Love him. I'm gonna love this guy. He's gonna be a 10 out of 10 villain. He is gonna fucking
Let's
shake my
go.
top 10 villains list.
Yes.
He is like I think he's genuinely funny. I love
Mhm.
the design. I love his like just his personality. He also has like one of my favorite moments in Marineford too. Like he's the kind of character that just sits back like because he's confident in his powers.
Mhm.
And when he does give the little display, he gives his his nice little big kick. Like it's kind of like it feels like there's a lot there. But the particular part that I like is at the beginning when the war starts, he has like this little monologue where he's like, the justice of him, the justice of her. No, it's whoever wins at the end of the day is gonna be the one who is justice. And I was really into that because how One Piece handles its like the dilemma of justice, I think is actually well done thematically, and I am a fan.
Ace's death is supposed to resemble his dad's death, how they had him posed on the podium with the swords in front of him. Bro, I just think that's how they do executions in the One Piece world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't think the world government was going for, like, thematic parallels there. Like,
I mean, like,
bro,
it's
this is gonna be
that's the
so
same.
sick.
That's like, never mind. I'm just gonna. I'll just yeah.
Plus,
If yeah, you're right. Like it's very much the same as like the fact that I'm trying to think of like the fact that in episode 1 of Angel Beats, this guy's in a school fucking classroom on a desk is symbolic and representational of the fact that he's gonna sit in that desk 12 episodes later. That's
yeah.
the kind of energy that I'm getting from that. It's like, yeah, like you just sit in desks in a classroom. Duh.
Yeah.
I mean, you can read that into it, and that's cool. And if that enhances your experience, then so be it. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, but I don't see it that way. That doesn't help me at all. We move.
Okay. By the way, this box set, this is the shelf, by the way, BR. It's very chill. Yeah. So I have
time to wait 30 seconds to see it.
Bro, I still have not fixed it. So I'm doing that directly like after the stream ends. But that box set is all of Dressrosa and Zoo. But like, bro, I love Dressrosa so much, and I can't wait for you to like see Doflamingo as the main antagonist. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. He that guy. He really that dude.
Okay. Next up, Crocodile.
Love him. Oh, amazing.
Did
The
you
first like genuinely great antagonist in One Piece. I think Alabasta, as I think I've already mentioned, is the first time One Piece is like properly good, I think.
So
And Croc is like the perfect villain for that.
Crocodile stocks, lower or higher since Alabasta?
Higher, way higher. Dude,
Nice.
since like Impel Down, seeing him come back, I'm like, ayo, we had to get our Croc stocks up, you know what I mean? Because bro was really
Like he was
like
fighting.
Yeah, like seeing his little like conflict with like Whitebeard too, like again, another great moment. And then Luffy stops him.
Dude, and I loved his back and forth with Doflamingo. Like that is peak Crocodile.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Oh, I was so into it.
Oh god. Okay, Boa Hancock.
She's okay.
What did you think of her ability in action, out of curiosity?
Her ability is cool. I liked actually watching her fight. Like this is strange. She's one of the few One Piece characters that I think actually look cool fighting. Like she's like her fights are the best choreographed.
I know,
like almost by and large, because like she's dancing around and like she's doing some crazy like she's fun to watch.
Feel like so strong, but like so fluid at the same time, and then like the impact is like very like you feel this like the turning of the stone. It's like so nice. It's just like I like the way that's drawn. Yeah.
But like her whole personality
Sick
essentially
animated too, by the way,
being reduced to fucking I like Luffy is like kind of a laugh.
But that's
stock.
It is a. I actually appreciate that gag, and it really made Boa Hancock a little bit more endearing to me because, bro, she literally was like introduced kicking seals and baby kittens. Like, I think.
Okay, fair enough then. Fair enough. I wish there was more to her, I guess is what I'm saying. But that's why I just say she's okay. Like, I don't think she actually does anything eventually bad, and I think she has some like notable feats. Like her fights are interesting. I mean, she's the reason Luffy got to Marineford, and that's a plus, I suppose.
That is what we call
But
a
yeah, like I
fat
don't know.
W.
Yeah, so she's like middle of the road.
Okay. Next up, I think is Kuma.
I love him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, what a great presence! Like every time he is around, like I can just like shit's going down. You know what I mean? Like he means business.
Yes.
But he has that great moment at the end of Thriller Bark where like, and this is like again, this is why I like Thriller Bark because like it really did a lot for my
Yeah.
appreciation of Zoro, where Zoro was like, no, don't take Luffy. Take my head, leave the rest of the Straw Hats alone. And Kuma was just like towering over him, but then he decides ultimately not to.
I
And
mean,
I don't know.
I just think
That was a
that
great
like
moment.
most One Piece arcs and like Thriller Bark best exemplifies this are like seriously backloaded. So like those last
Yeah.
5-6 chapters of Thriller Bark just made the rest of the arc just feel like massive waste of time. You're like, oh my god, this is so cool. Why couldn't the entire arc be like this?
To be fair, there's a lot of stuff in the meat of Thriller Bark that I really like too.
I
Like
mean,
the fight against like Oars and
yeah.
the fight where Zoro gets that sword against fucking what's his name? Uh the samurai
Yeah,
thing.
Ryuma.
Yeah. Ryuma, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was again a great fight. I think Zoro fights are also like consistently the best because they're sword fights. They're hard to fuck up.
Okay.
No, that's a lie. Bleach fucks up sword fights.
No.
Discussion.
Oh no.
Oh.
Honestly, do I disagree though? Just hard to
Like they're
hear
hype
that.
as fuck. Like to see a
Yeah, but
Bankai,
they're
crazy.
just not choreographed well. Like
Yeah, right. They
I,
don't use the
yeah,
environment well. Like there's no
yeah,
like
okay.
nice back and forths.
I
But they're
don't
still great
disagree.
fights for other reasons, like visual
Okay,
storytelling,
okay.
etc.
I agree then. Bleach fights, I think my knee-jerk reaction is, wait a minute, Bleach fights are great. What do you mean? And
Right?
no, Bleach fights are great, but they're not great sword fights.
Yes. Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
oh yeah, no, I think that makes because bro, Kenpachi is like one of the strongest characters, and bro is just swinging a sword. He doesn't even use like the proper like stance. Like he doesn't even hold two hands.
Nobody
on his blade.
does.
Yeah.
The only reason you know they're like skilled is because they say they are.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
sort of like artistry to the way they fight, which I guess is like fine. But yeah,
I think
that's fair. I
like
had a knee-jerk
hacks and
bad
stuff.
reaction to that.
I mean, I think the hacks and stuff are make up for it.
No. I love Bleach fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Don't
Like,
get me wrong.
if you were
They're
to
still
say,
great.
Like, yeah, I can understand. Like
sword
you said,
fights?
sword
Yeah.
fights. I was like, yeah, no, they're not choreographed particularly. It's funny. The filler actually does a particularly like fun job of like handling the sword fights choreography. Like
Yes.
Ichigo, usually in filler, tends to like fight in a much less straightforward blitz Gezuka Tensho way. He's like much more like of a swordsman, which is interesting. I honestly hope that when the anime comes back, they do a lot more of that. Like they extend the fights using swordsmanship a lot more. That'd be very very cool to see. But yeah, no,
totally
I
agree.
agree with the take.
Okay, who's remaining? Like who are the
Mihawk.
Yes, Mihawk. This is your
I
first
love
time
him.
you've got to see him like engage in combat. How is that?
Yeah, it was awesome. Again, he is one of my favorite designed characters, maybe of all time. Like I think it's a really sleek design. But seeing him swing around like the big ass cross sword, bro, was nuts. But I think my favorite part, interestingly, again, was just at the end of Marineford, where like he just literally like takes the sword up. He's like, I'm walking away. He's like, I agreed to fight like the white beard crew. I didn't agree to fight fucking Shanks. Then he just left. He's like, I'm outie. This was not a part of the contract. I loved that. So that shit, it's great.
Is that it?
For like Mihawk?
No, is that all the warlords?
I mean, technically Blackbeard for like
For
a hot minute.
Oh, Jinbei. Yeah.
I love Jinbei.
Yeah,
I like Jinbei. Jinbei was great. I don't have anything like more to say to that. I don't know. I like that. Again, I like his interactions with Ace in the cell. Ace is like, can you take care of Luffy? And Jinbei's like, get up, bro. For what, I'm honored that you would think that I'm strong enough to take care of him. But for two, I would only take care of someone if I thought they were worthy. And sure enough, he was worthy. Who would have thought? I don't know. Like I think he's a positive addition to the cast. I just don't have a lot to say about him. Like he's a solid character all around, but I couldn't talk about him for ages, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you even want to count Blackbeard, or do you? Because I have Blackbeard like as number 4, so he could be like a separate discussion.
Yeah, we'll just wait for Blackbeard.
So, cool. Thoughts on Whitebeard?
Oh, I love him. Genuinely one of my favorite characters. Great great monologues, his dedication to his crew, that loyalty, you know what I mean? You know, it's interesting because I'm the philosophy guy and I can't help but see but like all these parallels in Marineford to like the literally the exact same like movement of definitions in like Plato's Republic from 2000 years ago, bro. It's so nuts. Because Doflamingo's whole thing is that justice is just the will of the stronger, which is
Yes.
Thrasymachus's fucking take. And then fucking Whitebeard's whole thing is Kephalus's thing. It's like you gotta help your friends. That's fucking justice. Like it's so nuts to me. But honestly, they've really thought out this whole like angle on justice, and I appreciate Archangel. I don't think you're still out there, but if you are, he really like told me early on to like look out for that, and I'm glad I did because it's honestly like one of the best things about One Piece. I think they handle that theme like as well as any manga could.
No
And
artistry and sword fighting, with maybe one exception, Onohana. That's all I'm saying. That stuff is beautiful. Okay, hot take. Onohana's like fight wasn't like a sword thing. It was just another hack thing. It was just like dude, the blood pouring out of the sword was fucking sick, but it wasn't really like sword play.
No Bleach manga fight has crazy swordplay.
Yeah.
Like there's not a single fight in the manga where you see like particularly good swordplay. In fact, there are several manga that I think are subpar in terms of like their actual quality that I think handle sword fighting much better. It's kind of unfortunate because like a lot of like the bigger mainstream manga that like have a lot of sword fighting don't handle it well. Or don't like not to say they don't handle it well, they just don't harp on the sword fighting aspect, like the skill. Which quick question, you know, it shouldn't be like too much of a tangent. Is One Piece any different in that sense, or is it kind of like Zoro just big strong spin sword slash hard?
So Zoro is similar to that, but he's really a swordsman, right? Like he fights with sword techniques. He's not really brute forcing it aside from like I'll say this, right? Like the way Zoro brute forces it when he does it is still very like technique heavy in its presentation. Like one of his moves, I don't know if you remember this, Doofy, but he like grows multiple hands and like 3 heads.
Doesn't he use that when he's fighting like the octopus in Arlong Park?
Sorry,
like
I blacked out for a second. No, I remember exactly what you're talking about though. Kreams. Bro literally just grew hands.
Yeah, like I think it's called like Ashura or something, and it's like really sick. It's like his ultimate move. And then he has like other shit, but like it's like BR. It's like if you're holding a sword in your mouth, like you have to justify it. You know, you can't brute force. Like no amount of brute forcing it like is going to justify like putting that thing in your mouth, right? Like
I think no amount of anything will justify it.
Like
it's stupid. I'm fine with it. It's just stupid.
Nah, Killer Bee versus Sasuke, bro.
Okay, Killer Bee is different. Killer Bee.
Yeah, exactly. I had to bring that one up.
That's true. Never mind. Zoro might be able to pull it off. Never mind.
But he doesn't. I was gonna bring up Killer Bee specifically to say don't expect Killer Bee level like choreographed swordplay.
I was about to say because Killer Bee, I was like, no, that's dope. That was really cool. Okay, all right. My expectations are tempered though.
Yeah, lower them a lot. It's not even like as good as like Ronin Kenshin manga fucking swordplay.
Oh, no.
But to be fair, Ronin Kenshin manga swordplay is like incredible.
That's true. It's just I guess I can't be particularly mad at that.
All right, guys. I need to go pee. Whatever. So talk amongst yourselves. Keep it off One Piece though. I want to get back to One Piece. When I come back. So.
Okay.
All right.
I guess I'll mention the swordplay thing. Is there any manga that you've read, Doofy, or anime where like the swordplay is like better to you than Rurouni Kenshin?
No. Just like almost immediately no. That shit is so clean. Well, maybe clean's not the right word for it. But...
I have a manga I read. It's much worse than Rurouni Kenshin, but the swordplay goes crazy. It's called Gameron. Fuck, I really like. It's so the story is so mediocre and the ending is so.
Okay, I see it. Yeah,
but it's oh my god, like especially like the beginning to middle. It's like they really go in on the techniques, and I'm like, this is dope. Like, I would personally say, just from a raw like sword fighting perspective, I think I like it more. I think Kenshin fights probably hit harder overall because like I like Kenshin a lot and I like a lot of what the characters are supposed to stand for and like the conflict makes sense. But just like choreography, this is really good.
What about Hell's Paradise? What's like the choreography in that like?
Hell's Paradise is weird. I'm like, do I love it? Do I not? Um, Man, Hell's Paradise is just weird. Like, I don't know if that even speaks to like how its choreography is in the manga. Um, it's not bad by any means. I would say like it has exemplary moments, but generally the hand-to-hand fighting aspect won't be super pleasing. It's they're pulling out cool techniques, and you sort of get like badass moments rather than like,
Okay.
oh, they're throwing hands cool. So if I would say like there's a couple types of like I segment like the core like fights into like two or three separate categories. I have like the Naruto, the JJK, the Dragon Ball, where like the act of throwing hands in the series is cool. Like irrespective of big techniques, it is cool just to see them like have like taijutsu battles. And then
Exactly.
there's
Yeah.
this sort of like big boom blast like techniques that are cool, but their hand to hand, their panel to panel fighting is just all right.
Hmm.
Um, Hell's Paradise is kind of more towards the second one where you have these like for example, this is like and this isn't a spoiler by the way. This happens in chapter 1. It's not like a big plot detail. You just see this, right? Like Gabimaru's about to get in a fight and then boom, this is like the aftermath. Like it has a lot of money shots like that where it's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really cool to see that." But it doesn't have like crazy hand-to-hand fighting.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. I actually read like the first 3 or 4 chapters of Hell's Paradise. It was pretty solid, but
Yeah.
uh, it just wasn't the time for me to read it, I guess.
No, that's fair.
But
It's
I
certainly
I
a
hope
good
to
series.
eventually,
Yeah,
if for no
I
other
won't say it's like
reason, so I can.
standout.
I just want to have the conversation about
Yeah,
that with like Chainsaw Man and JJK because everybody likes to speak of them in the same breath. I want to be there. That's
the
also the reason I
Dark
read One
Trio.
Piece. I just had to be there to be in the
Yeah,
conversation finally.
Hello.
mm,
Uh,
Welcome
that's a good
back.
too.
dude, I was listening in on my phone, so you guys don't need to start talking. I'm all caught up.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
got you.
uh,
Um,
do you guys want to get back into One Piece, or do you want to finish this convo?
we were just kind of talking about like different choreography and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, by the
Not
way, for what it's worth, I do think that there is a lot of elegance and thought into the fight choreography that goes on in Dragon Ball. So it's not just like
Yeah,
they're
I agree.
throwing punches exclusively, right?
no. So when I say that they're throwing punches and that looks cool, I mean that like seeing the way these characters throw punches is interesting when that's not the case for a lot of manga, like even battle manga. Like for okay, let me put it like this, right?
Mm?
My Hero does action extremely differently than JJK.
100%. Yeah.
I don't like Horikoshi simply doesn't have characters going back and forth with like punching and kicking and dodging and weaving for very long. He does that occasionally. He's done that for some fights, but a majority of the time it is like they fight for a little bit, named attack that they throw out that's super big and is like, super whatever. And then JJK is a lot more sort of you get these characters only internally monologuing and just throwing hands for pages and pages and pages. Like Yuji versus Choso is a good example.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally just scrapping for like the entire chapter. Like they have thoughts in their head, but they're literally just throwing. But like, damn, he's blocking all of my attack. Like that's it. They're just punching each other, kicking each other, blocking. And to me, that's my preferred way to consume like manga fights. But that isn't to say the other part isn't good. Like there are some really cool money shots when you have like this super big named attack get thrown out or something like that. It's just different. That's sort of what I mean. Like Dragon Ball fits in more of the I really like seeing a chapter of Goku just beat the brakes off of Frieza when he's in Super Saiyan, right? Like just seeing him like utterly like humiliate him is like, no, that's dope. I like that. I like when an author indulges in the action quite a bit, where sometimes I don't want to know what the character's thinking. Just show me them getting punched in the face and punching their opponent in the face, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that's just what we were talking about, like that distinction between those two types of battle manga, I guess.
All right. Uh, not to sound like so disinterested. Oh my God. I'm
All
just
right,
yeah.
whatever the fuck you guys were talking about.
uh,
Nah, it's all
uh,
good.
okay. Where did we leave off? Part 3, part 4.
Might start Eden 0, you know?
True, I was considering that, but I
I
committed to
mean,
One Piece, so I guess I'm reading that shit.
yeah.
That and
Yeah,
Madoka Box.
I mean,
I'm
I
it's
hoping
checked.
to
only
get
like
into.
200 chapters
Oh,
long,
Doofy,
right?
I checked out the anime
Yeah.
for that. It's stunning. Like
Yeah, I agree. I watched the
yeah.
first 10 episodes. It was fantastic, and
Uh,
I thought it had like a tremendous start as well. I think it
yeah.
fell off pretty quickly, but like
I
I can
mean,
kind of get into Mashima's like
listen, man.
writing style pretty easily. I actually,
Mashima is not living up to his full potential, and that's all I'm gonna say. BR knows what I'm talking about.
amen, amen, brother. I
Maybe Kubo for real.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Okay. So
We move.
yes.
We move.
So question 4, Doof. Blackbeard. Thoughts on him?
Uh, excellent villain, excellent antagonist. He is villainous, and he
Yes.
feels like it. Like his betrayal of like fucking like Whitebeard initially, and how that kind of set Ace on his journey to like just nah, I can't let you cross one of the boys.
Yeah.
We're just simply not letting that happen. And that, of course, was the cat. Like that's what started everything at
Mm-hmm.
Marineford. But then like seeing like that chapter where he fought Ace, like chapter I think 441, I think it might have been.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, excellent chapter. That was a
Mm-hmm.
great fight. I
Okay.
really like that just because
So,
it was like a Bleach-esque fight in the sense that it was like it just felt like big power-ups like blasting each other. Like it
dude,
was so hype.
okay, I gotta know, like, Blackbeard Marineford reveals. There's 2 reveals. One that he's there, in general, and he just like got there by betraying the government. Like, just that first initial reveal. Thoughts?
Yeah, that was dope. I have nothing else to say. Like it's just like him, a scummy fucking villainous pirate. Like he is
Yes.
that like that archetype.
I once read like Blackbeard is the only pirate in all of One Piece to act like an actual real life pirate.
Yeah, dude, for real. He really is. He is the pirate. And he looks like it too. Like he really looks like the classic archetypical pirate, I think.
Okay. Dude, okay. Now his second reveal. You know the one. You know the one.
No,
Doofy.
I don't.
What when he came out of that tarp.
Oh, that was a little fucking unsettling, bro.
Right?
That was kind of like I was actually like kind of like speed. I'm like I didn't even expect it to be honest. I don't know why, but like he came out there with fucking Whitebeard's power, and I was like,
Dude,
holy
one
fuck.
of my all-time favorite panels in all of One Piece. That the iconic like left hand the most destructive power in the world, right hand the most like neutralizing power in the world.
Yeah, I do. That was nuts. That was absolutely nuts. I don't like
Oh, dude,
Blackbeard because I think he's scummy,
this goes
but
so
I love
hard.
him as an antagonist, as a villain for his role in the story. Like he
Mm-hmm.
does everything right, and I love that about him. But like he just
Oh,
fucked my boys over, so it feels
yeah.
personal. I gotta hate him just on
I
principle.
So like the running theory is that now that he acquired the strongest Logia and the strongest Paramecia, he's gonna try to go for like the strongest mythical Zoan, um,
Ooh,
which
I
is
like that.
low key Kaido's fruit, but you know. But like, dude, tell me this panel does not go hard. It should be on stream now.
Yeah, it goes incredibly hard.
Yes. Uh so
I love it.
did I say already like that I love the way they animated Whitebeard's ability?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
did you see the way it was animated?
I don't think I did. I'll check it out after the stream though.
It's so beautiful. And
I'm
like
gonna watch all Marineford though.
yes.
So
And honest bro, please watch
or
it.
G
Yes. Dude. Best. I don't know if you're going to watch it one pace or like normal, but
One Pace. Yeah, I don't like, bro. I have no
W
time for anime.
Doofy, bro.
I'm watching it
W
One Pace
Doofy.
on like 2 times speed,
Yes,
bro.
dude. How are you having this many W's in like one sitting, bro? Are you sure you're Doofy? Like biggest One Piece hater. I thought you meant BR. Lol. I mean, I kind of do. You know, BR would be first to admit that he's not a big fan of One Piece. And he did in this live stream. Which, by the way, the VOD for this live stream is going to go up on the second channel that I will very quickly show you guys. It's called Crispy Creams, and it's going to be where
That's dope.
I
That's a dope
upload.
name.
Thank you. I like the pun. It's going to be like where I upload live stream VODs from now on. The one with Pokesol is going to go up on there as well. So if you guys missed that stream, it was a great conversation with Pokesol. It's gonna be on here, and so will this one. So there's my little promo. And also follow us all on Twitter. You know, this is Doofy's Twitter. It's been like lingering here for a while. It's time to promote me and BR's Twitters. So first we're gonna do Broken Ronin. Okay, here he is. Okay, bask in this glory. Hit that follow button. So follow him, and then for moi,
wait,
follow me here, and don't
I read
unfollow
like
me.
100 plus. I read like 100 plus chapters of One Piece like in a day. I could literally just do Eden Zero in like 2 days.
I think I'm going to. My plan is for my One Piece reread, because I'm going to start from the beginning. I don't remember enough. I feel like I'm going to read 200 chapters of One Piece before the end of tomorrow. I think that's going to be the plan.
Sick.
Damn.
W, bro, you guys are like giving me W's back to back. I love it.
If it's not bad, of course. Like if I can bear it.
Hey,
but we'll see.
hey, listen, man. I believe in you. All right, and that's all. At the end, dude, how many times do I have to tell you this shit? As long as that's like a part of it, you can do anything. You know, at the end of the day, as long as I believe in you, you can do anything.
I'll keep it 100 though. Like when One Piece fans be like, "Don't get till Arlong," I got some even worse news for you. It really doesn't even begin to like get like solid until Alabasta, which is like fucking 200 chapters in.
I'm assuming it's not going to get good. Period. That's why I'm going to look at One Piece
exactly
now.
the attitude you need to have. That's the only way you're going to be able to get anything out of One Piece.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm a Water 7 shill, but, you know, it didn't land for Doofy the same way because he doesn't like trains, but whatever.
Bro, the train bit was like fucking like 5 chapters.
It was like 10 chapters, and it was like way better and it was way better in the anime. Okay, the rain, the chugga 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 chugga, the fucking like dialogue.
We do not care. We do not care.
Dude, train stories are peak. Okay, I'm not
barely a train story. Like a part in Water 7 where they're going to like Aeneas lobby on a little train.
I can name
fights.
I can name a couple. Murder on the Orient Express. Fucking Polar Express.
Mugen Train.
Oh god.
Okay.
Bro, trains fucking slap. Like I will not
read Demon Slayer then, Creams.
Hey yo.
Just get the episode 18.
Bro,
just fuck it. If you could
do
100 chapters of fucking One Piece, you can do like fucking 18 episodes of Demon Slayer. You already watched 10. Literally just like watch 8 more. Bro, it's already better than like most of One Piece.
Listen, Doofy, my BOC or BIN or BIC. Listen.
Sorry, I also messed that up earlier. I'm glad you messed it up the exact same way.
Yeah, my BIC. Listen, I do not give a shit about any of the characters in Demon Slayer, so I can't read it and care. No amount of trains will make up for it.
You will. Yeah, episode 18.
It gets good at Mugen Train.
That's a crazy take from a guy who just went in about like, you can't keep saying it gets good at blank.
That's the irony of my statement.
Hey yo, I fucking love this.
Fan. You have to think that.
Bro, I literally just opened up Twitter. The very first tweet I see is from this user. It'll appear very shortly on stream, but I think it should be legible. Let me know if you guys can read it.
Dude, I started so many series. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I started Durarara the other day, the anime.
Oh, nice. How are you finding that?
I've only watched one episode. I'm interested. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
It's there. The tweets.
But I'm interested in continuing watching. Let me see.
Nice. That's you're gonna have that feeling the whole time of Durarara, and that's the best part about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. You guys see it?
What are you doing? Yeah. What are you talking, Creams?
That is the first tweet I saw when I just like opened up Twitter to like see how the.
Who's that?
It was just some random fucking thing, random user that appeared on my timeline, and I was like, "Oh, I'm starting One Piece. Let's go!" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude! It's in the air. It is One Piece season, dude."
Well, since fucking Gear 5 dropped, everyone's been reading it.
Bro, I'm not mad at it. I mean, I got into One Piece just purely by coincidence.
I fucking hate it because there's all like these condescending One Piece fans. They're like, "Oh, now that it's getting good, everyone wants..." Like Base Luffy was saying this shit on Twitter. I fucking hate him. Absolute bot. Have that motherfucker blocked for so long. But he's like, "Oh, everyone's getting into it because of fucking 1045." I'm like, shut up, dude. Just let us enjoy it. Like you constantly want to like put down our throat that, "Oh, read One Piece, read One Piece, read One Piece," and now we're reading it. You're somehow trying to find a way to like gatekeep and like be condescending about it. I'm like, holy shit, you guys are awful.
I remember he was talking to Mast, and it's like it was this really weird interaction. He was like, Mast was like, I want to get into One Piece. I heard Wano was getting really good, and basically he was like, he tried to play it out. He's like, no, it's not. It's really bad. And Mast was like genuinely like, oh, that's disappointing. And he's like, huh, I successfully
Hey,
kept the manga.
hey,
It's like,
yo,
dude, you're
Doofy,
weird.
Doofy, did you see Quinn's like fucking tweet? Oh, he's so funny, dude.
Which
Uh,
Quinn has
it's
many a tweet.
it's on Trigger Reviews. He just copied your Marineford tweet.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, it's really
Oh,
funny.
that's so funny.
Yeah, I just showed you on stream. It should appear in like 10 seconds. But yo, fucking let's.
Dude, this is this is so fucking funny. Uh,
I mean, yeah,
I
coincidentally,
hope he
like
gets a
we
I
happen to
hope he gets a
start
banger.
reading One Piece in like independent of like all the Gear Fit stuff happening. Answering a chat. Dude, Doofy.
I think I got into One Piece indirectly through the Gear 5 shit
Mhm.
because I saw some other shit that reminded me I should probably give it a chance. And I think that person was only talking about it because of the Gear 5 shit. But because I want to be different, I'm going to say I didn't get into it through Gear 5. So fuck y'all, I'm better.
Let's go, hater Doofy. All right, number 5, Doofy. Thoughts on Shanks stopping the war?
Oh, I loved it. That
Yes.
was fucking peak. Absolutely goated. The perfect character to have stopped the war. And
Mhm.
also just for people to recognize his immense strength to
Mhm.
literally just be like, okay, say less. Shanks said stop. We're stopping then.
Yeah, dude,
Uh,
I will never get over like the fucking interaction from Blackbeard where he does like the big ass pirate laugh. He's just like he's all cocky about it, but like at the end of the day, he's running away. Like there's no way to
yep.
sugarcoat it. Like he's like, I got what I came here for, and it's not ready to fight you guys yet. And like, no, bro, this is a retreat.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
oh, dude, like that.
Also, I mean, like it was the whole context was nice because Colby finally fucking
Yeah,
stood up.
I guess we could
You
just
know what I
like go
mean?
to number 9 real quick. So, what did you think of Kobe and all that like coming through the whole like I don't know if I think it was more visible in the anime, but I noticed that like when it came to Kobe and Helmeppo, you noticed that like it went from being like low-key a One Piece war to like a war. There were like dead bodies everywhere. That part where Kobe found that one random soldier's locket. Oh, bro, that got me.
He's okay. It's a
Oh,
cool callback.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
glad he's there. He had a cool little speech. I liked when Luffy socked him in the face, and I liked his little speech before Shanks came in. That's about it.
Phoenix
I
with some
don't
flair
like.
knows what I'm talking about. Kobe and Helmeppo, let's fucking go. It's honestly one of the coolest dead names in the whole series. To me, hot take. It's not a hot take, bro. That's a steaming cold take.
That was a Stephen Cold take.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I just like that phrasing.
hmm Uh, but yeah, dude, I'm surprised you don't like Kobe.
I mean, I don't. It's not. He's just like alright. He's so. Eh.
Mm. I mean, all right.
Like it's literally nothing more than like a fucking callback to like chapter 2. Like that's a. I mean, we've already known for a while he was a Marine. Like they showed him earlier, but like I just don't care for him.
So imagine them fighting now. What would no? He has 2 fruits. No, dude, Blackbeard is like right now he's on one. Ace's death. I think we already covered that. Oh, okay. Which
Oh,
Akainu?
wait, hold up. About fucking Ace's death. Archangel was saying it was avoidable earlier, and I kind of had a question about that.
Uh, I mean, if BR is reading it, I'm assuming you're reading up to Marineford as well, BR, right?
I mean, I'm going to read as much One Piece as I can stomach. Hopefully, that's catching up.
I mean,
I have the intention of reading as much One Piece as exists.
Mhm.
To like, by the next time we talk, I should be a couple hundred chapters into One Piece. Like
Oh.
the next time we get in VC.
Wait, that's
I
that's
mean,
the rule. So you're telling me if I call you in like, I don't know, 9
No,
hours?
By the next time I expect us to talk, the next time I initiate a call, there, I'll put it like that. I'll
Oh,
be a couple hundred chapters
ooh,
in.
you drive a hard bargain. All right, all right, all right. I'll wait patiently. I'm gonna rephrase that. I'm gonna wait patiently. That's a little Hisoka callback.
Interesting.
Okay, let's not call that back anymore. But
Okay.
about
Ace's death
about
being
Ace's
avoidable,
death.
right? I think it. Okay, like from a fate
Because
perspective, a writing
can I
perspective,
can
or
I
a
can I
character
can I
agency
really quick?
perspective.
I just want to could Ace have just used his devil fruit to escape
Okay,
the
no,
whole
hold on, hold
time?
on. Doofy.
Just answer this. No, I just want you to answer it
No.
because I have. Okay.
So here's my rationale, right?
Yeah.
The way Akainu like did it was very, and that's why he's like number 7, because I find him to be like one of the more fascinating admirals, just from like from the way his character is kind of like a divergence from his archetype. But we can get into that in a second, right? But like he decided to play the psychological game on Ace, right? Akainu had the type advantage 100% in regards to Ace, right? Like that was always going to be the case. But with that being said, right? The way he decided to do it was like aiming for his brother, goading him into it, and like attacking Whitebeard's reputation during this war, right? So it tells me that Ace is not great at avoiding things. Like when you take a look at like Whitebeard literally orders him to not go after Blackbeard. He goes after Blackbeard, he gets captured. Whitebeard tells his entire crew, run away. Ace, again, doesn't listen to his captain and doesn't fucking run away. Dies. So Ace's death was just unavoidable, A, because of the kind of character he is, B, the kind of stock that he put into his relationship, like with Whitebeard, how he essentially tied their lives together, make Whitebeard the king, Whitebeard is my father, yada, yada, yada. And then from a power perspective, like, Akainu is probably the only person that could have killed Ace, and I think the reason he approached Ace like that was because he knew that too, but he wanted it to be like certain. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, wait, I spaced out for like the first like 20 seconds that you were talking.
Tisk, Doofy.
But the specific, because I was reading and replying to the chat. That's my bad for trying to entertain the viewers. Whatever. But I guess my specific question is like, when he was like, I keep saying like, and I'm so conscious of it now.
No, me too.
When he was locked up and they had the swords around his neck, could he not have escaped then, just physically?
No. Because I'm pretty sure that was Sea Prism Stone.
Okay, thank you.
Because he was a Logia, like.
Yeah.
It's like it's how no, it's not how, but like how Smoker has the that stick or sword, whatever.
Yes. Yes.
Baton. That's how he was able to like hurt Luffy, even though he's rubber, or supposed to be.
Okay, so they had some shit like that.
Yeah, it's
locking bro down.
Yeah, but you remember how in Alabasta they had them stuck in that cage that was made out of Sea Prism Stone?
Yes.
Yeah, and Smoker was in there too, and like he's literally made of smoke. He could have gotten out if it was a normal cage.
Okay. So true, bestie. Okay, thank you for clarifying.
But yeah.
Oh wait, can you re-explain really quickly then? Because don't they shatter the key like when Luffy tries to unlock it? So how does he like specifically escape?
Remember, Mr. 3 made him a wax key.
Oh yes, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all coming together now.
Okay. So next one is number 7. What'd you think of Akainu? I know I kind of gassed him up just now, but
very cool. Because unlike the other two admirals, he had like no like hype up, but there was just something about his whole character that there was a certain presence. Like you knew he was kind of the one to beat of the 3.
Yeah.
Like there's this kind of not swagger, but like, there's this confidence to him. He was the very, very much like the ruly type, like stand back, like make sure shit's in order, like these are our priorities. Like a very cool, calm, collected type, as opposed to the other two, I really like that.
Have you like gotten that's kind of ironic because of his devil fruit ability?
No, I haven't actually. Explain that.
So okay, the way Akainu, like his personality is very like boisterous. I think that's the word, right? It's very like angry. Like he is hot-headed to some degree, right? But that's just like how he is as a person naturally. But when it comes to like how he is like as a marine or how he is like in combat, it's like he's cold-blooded, ironically,
okay.
right? Like
yeah, I get it.
The way he approaches fights, like Akainu would not be the the admiral you would think to like do that thing where he tries to like sabotage the other side with like gossip, like the way the whole stabbing Whitebeard business, right? From that captain, I forgot the cat guy, right? That was because of Akainu's interference. He was playing the psychological game, which is just not a thing you expect out of a character like him. And moreover, the way he goaded Ace into like essentially like playing right into his hands. He is a guy who he's and I love the way Oda writes all the admirals. I think that's like really where he shines. But they all represent a different form of justice. Aokiji is lazy justice, Akainu is absolute justice, and Kizaru is unclear justice. There's another admiral that, you know, there's more admirals down the line, but like essentially, those are the different aspects of justice that they represent. And with Akainu, like his way of like enforcing his justice is very okay. It's going to be something that I need to like explain because like showing it is going to be a lot of you have to read in between the lines. So essentially the way Akainu fights, the way he goes about doing things is very, very calculated, surprisingly, for a fighter, like the kind of personality he has with the kind of devil fruit that he has, right? He's very tactical in like a intelligent way, and it's not something that I think you'd expect out of somebody like him, and I think it goes to show like how good Oda is at writing a character like that. Shit. Did you guys disconnect?
No, we're here.
Okay.
I just wasn't sure if you were done talking yet.
Yeah, I was. Sorry. And also, oh yeah, Akainu is fantastic. He's a great manipulator. Uses his full arsenal at his disposal. Fuck yeah, bro.
I'm with it. I just love all the admirals. I think all three of them are done tremendously well.
Yeah, but like I meant specifically with Akainu. Like, does that make sense? Like I feel like I didn't really do a great job of explaining it.
I kind of spaced out at the end. Gonna keep it 100.
Damn, Doofy. That's 2 L's. Okay. Basically, I just like Akainu.
He cool. I get it, bro.
Okay. Whitebeard.
I think my favorite of the three though, I think is still Kuzan. He cool.
I think my favorite
is he cool.
I might like fucks with Kizaru.
Nobody's cool though, like Ice, like his abilities. All right, somebody donate $20 for that epic pun.
Wait, you're talking about Kizaru, right?
No, Kuzan, fucking Akko Jockey, whatever.
Aokiji, buddy.
Aokiji, sorry.
Yeah. Look at me having to correct you on One Piece.
Let's fucking
go. I know I'm on it's a first name basis with me and Kuzan, so.
Okay, I see.
I mean, you know their names aren't Akainu, Aokiji, and Kizaru, right? Like that just like.
That's why I said Kuzan, because that's his real name, bro.
Yeah.
With first name, we on a first name basis.
Yeah, but it's not not even a last name.
Okay.
What is it?
Oh,
is it an alias?
Yeah, no, the Marines give them those like monikers. That's why they all wear those colors.
So Kuzan is
Blue Pheasant.
His real name?
No.
Or that's his alias?
It's like a Marine moniker. Like Kizaru means
sorry, I'm a fake fan. You wouldn't get it.
Hold on. Kizaru,
you real fans don't know shit, bro.
Kizaru
we keep it fake 100% of the time.
Kizaru is the yellow monkey. Akainu is the...
Whoa. You allowed to say that?
Yeah, yes. I'm curious. Wait, let me look up who Kizaru is. Let me see something. I gotta see his skin tone real quick.
Kizaru literally means yellow monkey. Aokiji is blue pheasant. Akainu is red dog.
Wow.
Oda might have some explaining to do. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit too much melanin.
Flip that. We're sending that to Susan.
Yeah. I see a little bit of melanin.
Please have mercy.
Monkey. I don't know.
Bro, please have mercy, bro. I'm already yellow dollar signed. I don't know if I could take another hit.
Let's get that red. Let's get the red dollar sign up there.
We won't stop until you got the red dollar sign, like the red dog.
Monetized.
Okay. Whitebeard's dying words.
They were good.
Fuck out of here.
They were good. Next question.
Doofy, are you just tired?
Yes.
Well, too bad. We still have 3 more questions. Okay.
I know. That's why we're powering through them now.
All right. Did you also like freak out at this whole reveal with Trafalgar A getting there and B like revealing to be a doctor?
I was very surprised. Yes. Yeah. Like it was a genuine surprise to me.
Which is weird, right? Like it's the most like low key thing.
It.
Yeah. It's like you're a doctor, but you have like hand tattoos.
Hey, what are you trying to say there? What are you trying to say there, Kreams?
What am I trying to say?
Can you be a doctor and have hand tattoos?
Doofy,
You're just gonna generalize?
Doofy, you could be a doctor and have hand tattoos. What are you saying?
You just said, oh, I didn't expect him to be a doctor because
So,
he has hand tattoos.
So one of the coolest things about Buggy, is every time every time Shanks interacts with him or Mihawk, it's like super fucking like hilarious, like goofy Shanks, and then every time Shanks interacts with anybody else, it's like the serious Yonko Shanks. So I'm curious if you noticed that in their little back and forth.
No, I did not.
Oh now you know about it. So
Now I know, baby.
yeah.
What's Yonko mean? Is that like the fucking four emperors?
Yeah, 4 emperors, like Yonko, 4 emperors.
Okay, sorry, we just don't know Japanese like you.
No, it's just I find that it's just quicker to say than 4 emperors every single time. It's just like a habit I picked up from like TikTok.
Yeah. You know what else is oh wait, was Whitebeard one of the 4 emperors before?
Yeah. So okay, coolest bit of
I
coolest
did
bit
I just spoil something for me?
No, okay. So no, Whitebeard. You said Whitebeard.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm on the wiki page.
Get off the fucking wiki page, Doofy. Okay? You're banned from using that wiki until you catch up to
Okay, fair enough.
So also cuz like it ruins a lot of the surprises.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So one of the coolest little bits of world building that I recently learned because of Tekken 101, you know, the legend himself. Because
Who?
Tekken 101, bro. You don't know Tekken 101?
No, like who asked?
Oh God, you must be so fucking proud of yourself for that one.
I always am, and I still use it to this day. And
Yeah.
people know exactly what they're getting themselves into, and they know, and they just stop the conversation, so it's effective. But I didn't mean for it to have that effect here. I just thought it would be a cheeky chance for me to.
Well, I'm gonna power through it anyway. Okay, so essentially, the 4 emperors are literally 4 emperors of like their own nations and territories. So it's not like the world government versus like random pirates who are just slightly stronger than like average pirates, right? No, like emperors, like single emperors, are other world superpowers.
Okay,
so the reason it was called a war was because it was essentially a war of 2 nations with insane military power.
Okay.
Yeah.
That adds up.
Yeah, isn't that like I only found out about that recently? I was like, man, they're going like really hard for just like an average pirate crew or like an above average pirate crew, right? But then I was like, oh yeah, no, Whitebeard brought an entire army with him. He brought an armada. Like they were all like powerful, skilled. That some of them had devil fruits. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm with it. Like even though I'm also only just finding that out now, but it made sense. Like I don't know, they always made Whitebeard to be like
right.
He wasn't just an above average pirate. Like he had some kind of legendary status.
But the reason
so that was always clear to me. So it made sense why it was a war. But
so,
now I just can say why it makes sense.
Yeah. So like when you see the other Yonko, like Big Mom and Kaido especially, you're gonna be like, oh my god.
Big Mom.
Like,
oh no.
You understand instantly why the world government like pisses its pants at even like the thoughts of 2 Yonko forming an alliance.
Oh, I didn't know they formed an alliance.
No, like at the thought of it's presented as like a fear of the world governments.
Okay.
Because like imagine like in real life if like the U.S. found out like I don't know China and Russia were about to like form an alliance, you'd be like you'd be sweating over here.
I'd have to step in. Unfortunately.
We have to call Ronin in.
Yeah, bro. Ronin's about to step into an airplane and switch sides.
No, I'd have to handle it, unfortunately.
He'd pack watch, bro. Ronin packing up Russia and China.
Fucking, they're relying, Ronin, we need you. It's like, oh, goddamn. All right, whatever. I got it.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. I forget the whole. Like, did the twist of like Ace being Roger's son land for you, or did you already know that?
Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't know that. That was a genuine twist that blew my fucking mind.
Really? Wow.
My mind was blown too.
Because the thing is, I know I always just thought that Ace and Luffy were actual brothers.
Yeah, me too.
And what's that third? Yeah. What's that third guy? What's his name? Don't tell me anything about him. But the third guy in the post-war, their other like Sappho. Is that his name?
No spoilers.
Yeah. So like, I always thought that they were like 3 genuine brothers. But when I found out about Sappho, I'm like, no wait, Luffy had 3 brothers and I didn't know about this. So I looked it up and I'm like, oh, so he's another actual brother. But I still thought that Ace. I didn't. No, don't worry. I didn't look up any.
Okay,
Like I didn't find
good.
out any more than that. Like
Good.
I know about like the little oath they had when they were
Mhm.
kids or whatever. But we always
Especially,
kind of knew about that.
especially because
Like Ace, they already.
that's literally the
Yeah,
arc right after Marineford, bro.
it is. It
Yeah.
is. I'm probably gonna read that before I sleep.
Uh-huh.
Um,
It's only like
but
10 chapters.
it's 10 chapters. And I
Yeah.
already read the first, so
Mhm.
we're laughing.
Good.
But
Go on.
it was. I never suspected Ace just wasn't the like Luffy's brother because like they
Mhm.
both called Garp fucking grandfather.
Yeah.
Uh, I was sold on it, but then when he was like, "No, Ace, you're actually Gold D. Rogers' son,"
Yeah.
but this plays so well into act like fucking Ace's actual character arc because like he defined himself as just like a fucking filthy pirate that has villainous blood that doesn't even deserve to live. Like he's so uncertain about himself because of that. But then when he found out like at the end, like just before he died, that he was actually the son of fucking Gold Roger and that Whitebeard was gonna make him the Pirate King, it's like really could have been like such a paradigm shifting moment for his character. And I kind of like how it just stops there, like right there once he finds all this out and he died. Like there's something beautiful about that. I don't know, it was really moving to me.
Me too. And especially once you see the flashbacks, it like I think it makes Ace's death hit just a teensy bit, just like a touch harder. Um and it's nice. Like I think that arc is just pleasant. Um and I want to wait till this ambulance goes by. This is why I'm a fan of just uploading VODs, because if I have to edit this shit, bro, like that'd be a wrap. We've been on air for like 2.5 hours, and there's been like 9 sirens, so I'm sparing myself the grief. Just kind of pumping this on the second channel and calling it a day. Okay, now lastly, the whole Conquerors hockey thing.
I don't know how I'm feeling about this whole hockey business. It
Ah.
feels like unnecessarily hacks. Like I don't know. I don't
It's
know enough about it to say confidently, but I don't feel like the way it's been utilized is like Devil Fruit's used in an interesting way at least,
mhm.
but fucking Luffy just being like "Ree!" and then like just everyone just like blasting away from like Ace. I'm like, ah.
No, it's only if they have a will that's like weak. So like basically if you're a main character, you're immune to Conqueror's Haki. It's what
It's
I
a way to
call
get out of any disadvantageous situations in writing.
I mean
Yeah,
no.
it seems like
Dude,
fucking
it's
That's
literally
literally what it
hacks to
is.
me.
no, it's a
It's
counter.
not bad. It
It's a
doesn't have to be bad. It's just, hey, I'm in a kind of like annoying writing position. I can overpower you with my mind.
I will say hockey is like okay, there's I think right now is the best time to get into One Piece because the hockey thing is officially being addressed in some way. Like the sentiment you guys are expressing right now is definitely the sentiment. Even I felt it for the majority of like my watch through of One Piece. When you actually get to Wano, especially with Gear 5 and stuff, you're like, oh, so Oda hasn't forgotten about Devil Fruits. um, but you don't even have to.
Oh, it's like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like,
That is
So like,
unfortunate.
so hockey kind of
um,
becomes like a primary power system for
it
both
is
time skip.
it's a secondary power system. I would say like for Fishman Island, Punk Hazard, and maybe half of Whole Cake Island. No, with Whole Cake Island, Mamma Mia. For like half of Dressrosa, hockey is like it's fleshed out there. You learn all the rules. Like that is essentially hockey, right? And then during Dressrosa, you find out a very big detail about Devil Fruits, and then from there, they begin to equalize again because obviously pre-time skip is all about Devil Fruits. Post-time skip he has to explain hockey to a similar degree, right? Then they start to balance out after Dressrosa, and by the time we get to
No wonder people
Wano,
hate all the arcs
yeah,
from fucking like Punk Hazard and Fishman Islands, all the
yeah,
fucking hockey arcs.
yeah. But that's just a showcase essentially. But honestly, Wano handles the hockey Devil Fruit balance like the best. It's so awesome. Like if you want to see like the perfect marriage of Devil Fruits and hockey, I think Wano is like the best way to experience it.
Yeah.
So that's my
We'll see.
Yeah.
Wait, what about the Wait, okay, sorry. This is the last time I'll be on the wiki. But what's the Suggen D's fucking hockey?
Who's?
The Suggen D's hockey?
Oh my god. Doofy, boo. Boo on you.
I was about to fall for it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I was
me
like,
too.
wait a minute, huh?
Because you
The
emphasize
Suggen D's nuts hockey.
Because you emphasize the D, and that's like a thing in One Piece. So like, I was like, what? Is that a D?
Oh, I never even thought of that. I thought that emphasized the D would have made it too obvious. I was going for a gold D's Roger joke.
Yeah, but like the D is like a big part of One Piece, so it's like.
Yeah.
What?
Also, can you explain that to me really quickly? I don't know, like
Oh.
when Lay is giving like that big, like flashback with
Yeah.
Goldie Roger, and he's like, "Oh, they keep calling me Gold Roger, but it's a D because of this."
It's
I don't
Gold
know if he says explicitly, or at least I missed it if he did. But like, what's the significance of the D?
Oh,
Because obviously it's like
that,
fucking Luffy D,
it
or
is-
Monkey D,
okay,
Luffy,
so-
Porteous
so
D Ace,
the
Gold D
answer-
Roger.
The answer behind
Brady.
the D is that it is TBD.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, it is one of those like overarching mysteries of like One
Really?
Piece. Yes, it is. It's
Bro,
actually
1,000 chapters and they couldn't
Yes.
explain that shit.
so like literally.
Fuck Oda, bro.
Bro, literally next
Bottom
to
5 mangaka.
like what
Oda
is the One
myth.
Piece and like what happened during the Void Century, what is the Will of D is like a huge fucking mystery in One Piece.
Oh, trust me, I know what the Will
Will
of D is.
I knew you'd make that joke. I knew it was coming out of you,
Will
dude.
it
Oda
eat
should have
nuts?
fucking hit me up, bro. I would have told him the Will of D. Will of D's nuts.
Yeah, you know who makes that joke all the time? Like, there's this scene where like Robin is asking about it, and everybody takes
Robin
that,
D's nuts.
and everybody just like responds with like, she's like, oh, what's the Will of D? And they're like, fuck around and find out or something along those lines. Like, fucking.
True, dash Luffy. Luffy to Robin. I don't know, fuck around, find out.
Yeah, you want to see the Will of D so bad? I think we can arrange it.
There was like a pretty decent, pretty solid, even dare I say, fucking essentially D's nuts joke in Amazon Lily. That was brilliant.
Bro, did you that Amazon Lily mushroom like bathing sequence was wild stuff. Truly special.
Truly though, fucking Amazon Lily just shouldn't have existed.
Right.
They didn't need that arc.
Truly the friends we made along the way.
Truly, I'm glad the Straw Hats aren't in Marineford. It makes it 10 times better. The end.
Honestly, I can't
Oh
wait.
man.
Doofy, I can't wait for you to get to Wano and start reading One Piece weekly with the rest of us, because you're really gonna be like, because you know what this means when you catch up to One Piece and you like do the weekly thing. Because I'm going to say this confidently, One Piece is a good weekly read. Like it is, it's one of those like next to
I doubt
JJK.
that.
I'd say it's like
I don't think JJK is a good weekly read. I don't like anything
That's
weekly. I need to
crazy.
save up like 5 chapters to like build up momentum and to truly enjoy it.
regardless, you won't be too far behind. And it's like when something big happens in the manga, especially because like now that we're almost maybe possibly
Like when the Will of D expands, like that kind of big.
near the end of
D's?
Wano, and we get out of Wano, like I'll put it to
Wanting
you
off
this way.
D's nuts.
By the time Wano ends, Doofy, we will have officially like essentially reached the 80% mark of One Piece being over.
How do we know?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish it was the 100% mark, bro. That's all I gotta say.
No,
Fuck Oda.
No, because dude, here's the direct quote. Here's something that'll get you hyped, Doofy. Oda said in a direct like quote about how many arcs were left in One Piece. He just said, he didn't give an exact number, but he said there is going to be a war arc that's going to make Marineford look like Child's Play.
I think he's a liar.
I'm excited to see it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm excited
I
to
can
see
say a
it.
lot of shit about. I don't know.
Listen.
An author can hype shit up to be something. And
Here's the
not
thing. Here's the thing.
and it
If
fails.
Oda makes a claim like that, he has to deliver. Okay, bare minimum, 4 deaths
Why?
because there were 2 deaths in Marineford.
Oda's angels are going to support him no matter what.
I know what's gonna happen. Ace and Whitebeard are actually gonna come back. It's gonna become the 6 emperors now.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Yeah, and then Nobara's gonna come back too.
Nice. That one I'm actually hanging on to. Please, for the love of all that is holy.
Bro, we might have
Anyways.
to do a JJK stream or something to like settle all
God,
these.
I want to talk about JJK. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Yo.
all this mid just been clouding my brain.
And you're about to read like a couple hundred chapters of it.
100 chapters. Speaking of which, when I made that tweet, I felt like the heavy expectations of a bunch of fans who want me to enjoy it.
Yep.
Bro,
Yep.
I
I felt
like-
it too, my brother.
My shoulders instantly got heavy with like, oh, you're ready. You're going to enjoy the ride. And like, yes,
Yep.
so happy you're on it. One of the best weeks. I'm like, oh shit. I don't think you guys know I don't think you guys know my opinions on the series so far.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna feel bad if I'm like honest. I'm like this shit is kind of ass, but whatever. I guess with a heavy heart, I'll still be honest with you guys. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
Keep us like posted, if not on Twitter, like
Yeah, just
hit up the
privately.
group chat. I'm
Yeah.
kind of just like curious to
too.
know
Yeah.
what you think once you get like back to like Arlong Park and if you get to Alabasta and
Yeah,
along the way.
I mean, I'm in the minority when it comes to Alabasta because I don't like the arc very much. So and Doofy, loves it. So I'm curious where you'd fall in line with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is Alabasta in 200 chapter?
Yeah,
Mark?
about
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I'll probably be giving you guys updates tomorrow because I'm pulling an all-nighter.
Let's
So
fucking
with a bunch of
go.
different things. So, fuck. I was telling you this earlier, but I don't know why I decided to start a bunch of different series. So Medaka Box I started reading, kind of mid, but like not a bad mid, like a good mid. Durarara is interesting. I'm curious where that's gonna go. And then One Piece. I made a bad decision. I made bad decisions starting those at a similar time period, but it is what it is.
BR, you have my full support, and just to show you how supportive I am right now, dude, just like as a proof of concept, so you understand. Kind of, I'm not dragging this out for any particular reason. It's just that like finding the link that I thought I had bookmarked is a little bit annoying. So now that it's bookmarked, here you go. Here you go. Just for you, man. Just to get you started.
Oh, I already have the colored manga pulled up. I do appreciate it though.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
It's all good.
Bro, I forgot to mute all the other Discord channels here because like, do you know how annoying it is to fucking have the Discord notification sound go off like mid-stream or like mid-recording, and then you just get fucking thrown off? It like instantly, whatever you think, just gone in a billionth of a second.
I haven't taken my Discord off of Do Not Disturb in literal years.
Dude, you're a menace, bro.
Yeah, bro. Fuck. If I turned it off, there would not be a single moment where my Discord notifications are not going off in some server that I'm in. So I'd rather not.
All right.
True.
Yeah, I mean,
wait, Ronin. How's Shuken Brick? Shuken Brick.
It is fine. Like I read a lot of it, so it's not like unbearable. I think it's just kind of like a standard, like ecchi, kind of like somewhat corny manga. I don't know. It's not bad, I guess. I think if you're cool with just regular, like slice of life ecchi shit, you'll like it. It's just I was reading it. I was on my horny hours or whatever.
Well, it's getting late,
Yeah.
I was just browsing your like what you're reading, and
Yeah.
I already know exactly the kind of manga it is. Public. I used to have a lot of shit privated, but now I've changed my ways. Now I'm open about what I'm reading.
If I'm willing to read it, I'm willing to have people know I read it. Typically.
Amen.
Yeah.
Anyway,
probably put that on pause rather than reading, but yeah.
So do you guys have any like final things you want to say? Because I'm tired right now.
I'll say
honestly,
this.
fun
Starting
fucking
my One
stream.
Piece journey.
Let's go.
I'm gonna be so embarrassed if you like fucking tomorrow morning I wake up and you're at like fucking Dressrosa. I'm gonna have to drop it, bro. Just like my pride will be such a big hit.
You're gonna have to like fucking video game yourself, man. Like that's
I am.
Dressrosa.
Bro, there is no meme. There is no meme. I'm now staying up and reading One Piece.
Dude, I need to know what you think of the flashback thing. Fuck. You know what, Luffy? I'm gonna like turn notifications on for your fucking Twitter. I might go that far. I don't know.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
You don't already have them on, bro? Oh, sorry. I thought we were friends, but whatever. No, I get it. I also wouldn't have notifications on for me either. I tweet like a fucking maniac.
Yeah, I feel that one. Hold on, I need one of those templates where you have the ratings thing. Fuck.
I have like the
Well,
Elizabeth 1 to 10s, but I don't know if you want those
What?
because it's Gintama and you don't want to attract that energy.
Wait,
nah,
what are you guys talking about?
Gintama's another one of those series that's like it's supposed to be so good, but holy shit, was I bored out of my mind when I saw that? I was like, I don't know. Do you like Gintama, Doofy? Or...
No, I've never even like attempted to watch it because frankly the fan base was enough for me not to want to.
Wait,
Bro, I watched.
sorry,
What's up?
what were you guys talking about? Like, just before?
Gintama?
You know, never mind.
Shuken Brick?
I was basically I wanted a template to like of a rating thing where it's like, oh yeah, this is a 1 out of 10, this is a 2 out of 10,
Oh,
whatever.
okay. That's what I missed. All right, thanks.
And then it divulged to Gintama. I remember watching the first episode and then like referencing or like asking Gintama fan like like, oh, the first episode's filler. I'm like, oh, that's it. I think I'm done.
It is, but like I am like I'm willing to give it like the smallest amount of slack because I think it's fitting with the series that they would like do a meme on like the first episode of the series.
I mean, I get it in like a meta way. It probably makes sense, but holy shit, I was like the first episode's filler. I think that's indicative of how I'm gonna feel about Gintama. I'm putting this shit right down. I'm like,
and the thing is too, like you have to fucking watch it. Like
yes,
you can't read it. Like people hate the they don't hate
yes,
the manga, but like
manga looks. I try to read the manga. I'm like, oh, this kind of looks really bad.
yeah.
It looks very very amateurish, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't want to like I don't ever want to be a Gintama guy. You know what I mean? Like holy fuck. I want to be a One Piece guy first.
Yeah, I don't want to be a One Piece guy though either. Like what?
Oh, neither. It's like pick your fucking poison.
True. One thing I don't want to do is be one of those like I always like in the pit of my gut. I hate when I see like a Naruto fan be like, I remember going into One Piece thinking it couldn't surpass Naruto, then it did. And I'm like, I'm never gonna be that. I promise I'm not. I
Bro, what are you talking about? W take W opinion.
Everything. I will never, ever like. It doesn't matter if I think One Piece is better in the depth of my soul. I will never voice that opinion. I swear. I'll say One Piece is good, whatever. I'll never make one of those announcements like I went into it thinking One Piece couldn't be better, but it is. It's like no, I can't. Just off of principle. I doubt it will, just because I think the first 100 chapters just won't match up. Even no matter how the peaks get, I think it's gonna be whatever. But it's like God, those announcements, like it hurts.
Listen,
that's some crazy shit you just said, bro. Like One Piece is like, I mean, Naruto isn't really worth discussing in a serious setting, right? Like it's almost par for the course that One Piece is better. It's
Naruto's
like
Naruto's first chapter has more entertainment value than the first 100 chapters of One Piece.
First 200 chapters of One Piece. First 200 chapters of One Piece. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, y'all. Dude, listen, at chapter 550, like that's when like Marineford's starting to happen. That's you get your first genuinely amazing One Piece arc. In fucking chapter 550 Naruto, like you're in the 4th Great Shinobi War. You've already had like fucking 10 peak 10 out of 10 arcs. It's not even comparable, bro.
Boo.
Like maybe Wano will be awesome also, and maybe like One Piece will have 2 like 10 out of 10 arcs, and that'll be cool.
Maybe,
but like it's not having the fucking streak Naruto had.
You know what's possible? Maybe like. Because the way I got into like anime and manga in a really weird way. Like I watched Naruto, and then I kind of skipped that era where like you binge watch a bunch of anime. I just got into manga immediately. Maybe what set me up for failure is that like I went from like Naruto to Bleach to One Piece, and I guess I expected like a Land of Waves level introduction. Yeah, and that shit was not there. At Land of Waves is just a great arc period, but God, is that such a great way to introduce Naruto? And then. Maybe subconsciously I was like, please be as good, and it wasn't. I was like, holy shit. I remember one time I tried to watch One Piece. Worst mistake of my life.
Dude, that's an L right there.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember falling asleep like in the middle of an episode, and I was like, nah, I gotta read this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to consume it.
I got through like 30 episodes, and I was like, this is not it. This is not the fucking not only is this not the wave, but this just ain't the way to consume the story.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah. I don't know. I could just consider like I can get a chapter out of the way much quicker than I can get an episode. I can get 3 chapters out of the way much quicker than an episode.
Exactly.
It's just gonna be quicker. I'm hoping it's so weird with One Piece, like, because I'm gonna have to reread stuff that like I've seen. But
You could just
I
like
can't
blast
just
through it.
I can, right? But I can't just like start from chapter 100 because I'm just unfamiliar enough to be able to not continue, but too familiar for the reread to like fully hit as if I'm reading it for the first time. It's just weird. Whatever. That's why I'm gonna blast through the first 100 chapters, and then I'm gonna kind of be experiencing new content until I get to like Alabasta or wherever that is. I'm just fucking hopefully, man. We'll see. Because
Part of me really also, you know, I want you to have the most enjoyable experience with everything you do because I think you're a great guy. But I also just want you to fucking hate One Piece and drop it.
it's funny because I was saying the same thing
Dude.
about you yesterday. I was like, I literally hope you're enjoying your read simply because I don't want you to like hate the time you're spending on it. But simultaneously, I'd really prefer if you have some hater tendencies with
You
One
guys
Piece.
are wild, bro. Like,
Yeah, I love it.
why do you want to hate it?
It makes sense. It makes sense. Like, okay, first of all, for me, I like hating some things. Like, some things are fun to hate. First of all, second of all, there's
go back to-
yeah, go ahead.
No, you had 2 points. You were fired up.
Yeah.
Go, get him.
Second of all, there's a sort of like camaraderie when you like share a hatred for something. I don't know. It's sort of like when two people like a series, when you're like able to like bounce off of each other, like, oh, this was really cool, this was really cool. It's the same thing with hating something. Like if I shit on One Piece and then Doofy like backs me up and shits on One Piece, that's more fun than if I just do it by myself.
Exactly. And that's exactly goes back to Toast's comment. Sometimes you get more enjoyment out of hating something than liking it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm a proud hater myself. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, and that's really how it is. Like,
Yeah.
I got, for fucking like 13 years, I got more pleasure out of hating One Piece than actually watching it. And I'm only now switching up on them. And no, I like it. I like One Piece.
I
want to hate it, and I want to trigger people, but I like One Piece.
I'm glad.
But
I mean,
yeah.
look,
it has its problems. Listen, when the context is there to talk about its problems, I'm the first one to voice them.
Yeah.
But if we're talking Marineford, bro, it's gonna be praise for the whole conversation.
Let's go.
Because other than like its paneling, like it is a 10 out of 10 arc. That is just how it is.
Fucking sick.
And that's cool.
Yeah. And honestly, VR, like, you don't have to feel like, and you shouldn't feel pressured by anybody.
You should actually. You have to. You have to like the series.
Excuse me. But
It's weird. It's weird because it's like I'm like I know I don't have to enjoy it, but I feel like it's like weird, like weight on my shoulders. I'm like, God damn! If I say I don't like this, I'm getting cooked. I'm getting obliterated.
No,
I don't.
But
know,
okay,
man.
okay.
That's gonna
Let
be
me
wild.
put you at ease, right? You know, you can go back and forth with these people and not like lose any sleep over it, right? Same with Doofy, right?
Yeah.
Me, bro, I'm a coward. I can't handle even one negative comment. Somebody's like, "Hey man, delete this." I'm like, "Deleted. It's gone." So, you know, at least you have that going for you.
Sure, right, and I can go back and forth with them, but I still get like angry, like if I see like, and I also, you know, I like running the ones. I don't like getting jumped.
Yep.
Which will happen.
Okay.
It won't be like it'll be a fight back. It'll be a Nanami in Yuji versus Mahito situation. I'm not getting my fair ones. I promise
I mean,
you that.
hey bro, I've never gotten my fair ones when it comes to recording with you guys, and here I am.
I read you the ones on our JJK discussions. I'm not gonna lie to you. Usually I win if I do say so myself.
Hey, okay, let's like, yeah, because we ever hardly like have like, funny enough, we never really have like full on like heated debates when it comes to JJK, because I think we meet in the middle more often than not with that series. Bleach, on the other hand, is a different matter.
I'm always right with Bleach, by the way.
Ugh.
This is facts. I can confirm Ronin's always true with Bleach. And also, Kreams, with all due respect, the entire Bleach community thought you were wrong, so it's not a good look for you, bro.
L plus ratio, plus you don't understand the story you're reading. Haha.
Plus, young boy better.
True.
Sorry, I didn't mean to just like turn into like a 15-year-old. It just happens sometimes.
No, it's fine. Dude, I
So
hate...
wait, real quick, like, don't get it twisted. You think I enjoy getting fucking dogpiled? Like,
No.
I can see, I mean, like, unfazed would be a little too strong, bro. Like, trust me, I'm in my bed for hours, like, fucking, because I have this inner instinct to just fight back every time I get a comment.
Yep.
So that's why I have the fucking 100 thread, like, fucking back and forths, because I just had that inherent, like, I gotta fight this guy.
Yo,
But that's why I learned to like block people, because like if you are at all smug about the fucking like my 7 out of 10 for Water 7, if I even detect it in the fucking slightest amount, you're blocked. Like it's that easy. Like I blocked like 35 people already. Like that's how. If you even like just like put LOL after saying like Water 7, like it's over. Like bye. I'm done with you.
I'm not gonna lie. I started doing that recently too. Well, it's not even just that. Like honestly, when I start seeing a take that I'm like, it's not that I disagree with it, but I just think it's so stupid. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I don't want to see you anymore on my timeline, and I'll like block them. Not they didn't even do anything wrong. They'll just be like, JJK has bad art. I'm like, that's cool. Go think that somewhere else. Appreciate it. And they'll just keep moving. Like a month ago, me, I'd be like, nah, I have to call you out, and then use like 30 examples, and then like systematically. But I can't do that all the time. It's just such a time.
Also,
drain.
I don't know if you guys have been seeing this too, but fucking Twitter has just like basically the line is blurred between real takes and people trying to get attention. And I'm like, like somebody will express like a dumb JJK opinion, and I'll be like, I don't know if this is real or if this is just like you just want me to respond to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's
just always assume they're fake because usually they are.
Because some of them are just like fucking JJK 3 out of 10 awful. I'm like, bro, that's not a real take. Like I'm sorry, like. You either find JJK unremarkable or you absolutely love it. Like hating JJK is such a weird like attention grabby thing.
Personally, what I think I've just started doing, and it's like, I think it's somewhat egotistical, but I kind of find it funny. Is like when people will say stuff like that, I'll be like, no, you don't. You like it.
Yeah. You just want attention.
Knowing they probably don't. I'll be like, no, you like the series. You're just misguided.
Yeah.
I just feel like. I don't know why it's such a funny thing to me when somebody says like, "Oh, poor thing, can't express his true feelings on the series." Yeah, it's okay, and then I just move on.
Hot take, like JJK 3 out of 10 awful. Hell yeah, dude.
I get that though. Actually, like fucking one of the guys on my server, good friend even Snow, he keeps like bringing up that the JJK movie was like a 4 out of 10, and I just air him. Like he's a good friend. He's very smart. I'm not there for that take. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Have that take. I'm not replying. Like I think I was having a full-on conversation in the fucking like Discord, and I just brought up JJK. I think it was with Weebuki. I don't think he's in here anymore, but we brought up like paneling, and I said JJK has a great paneling. And then he's like, speaking of JJK, the movie was awful. It was like 4 out of 10, and I just ignored him there. And then like that was it. Like the conversation stopped. I'm like, I'm just not here for that take, bro. Like I love you, not here for it.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. 100%.
That Bleach tier list was a wild ride. Yo, thank you, appreciate it. I'm glad people enjoyed that video.
Oh my god, we can do the fucking One Piece tier list video, bro.
Dude, yeah, I already have it pulled up. Look at this shit.
Hold on, wait a minute. What did I just get myself into? Hold on, wait a minute.
Dude,
when we're milking this,
bro,
we're getting the amount of content
when it appears on my screen. Listen, when the tier list appears on my screen, bro, I want you to feel the length of this fucking character tier list. I want y'all to sweat with me. Come on.
I'm about to make this stupidest One Piece titled video. Fucking. I read One Piece.
Yo, let's go.
Day,
it's on. Yo, check the vid.
Fucking, oh god.
Yes, bro.
Oh my fucking god. No.
Dude, most of these like genuinely are like F tier. Like 90% are F tier.
Most of them are who tier, bro.
Yeah, F tier because they look so stupid. I don't care. Like One Piece is so fucking goofy. I see half these characters and I'm like, we do not care.
Yeah. So this might be just like a fun thing. By the way, Doofy, that's what I call consent. And so you're officially signed on to do this with me. Congrats.
I do want to do I really do want to do a One Piece tier list.
Yeah.
I think it'd be very fun.
But like imagine doing this thing alone, bro. Like I wouldn't be able to do it.
I'd pass out.
Yeah, me too. Like this would honestly break my ankles. Like I think around the time I'd get to like Foxy and I just be like, "Oh yeah, now I have to rate Foxy seriously." That'd be it for me. That's a wrap. Now,
that looks absurd.
Yeah. Now the real question is, do we wait roughly 3 to 4 weeks for BR to catch up so he can join in on the misery?
3 to 4 weeks? What the fuck? Who the fuck do you think you're talking to again? I read Hajime no Ippo in 2 weeks while I had school.
I'm giving you a wide berth just so you don't feel like you need
bro,
to rush
I'm gonna need that. Oh god, bro.
You know what's crazy? Hold on. I might need to retract that because I loved Hajime no Ippo. So if I don't love One Piece, I may not be as inclined to like binge read it. So yeah. We'll see.
All right. So yeah, 3 to 4 weeks sounds about right. I will be looking out for that VC call.
Start of May,
VR.
beginning of May.
You know, I'm on.
Oh my god! And hey yo, you got if you do a what is it called again?
Hmm?
The oh yeah yeah down yeah
What?
What?
What's happening?
Doofy?
I lost the plot.
What?
I definitely never found the plot on that
Yeah.
one.
What?
No, it's just like One Piece. It's
Ah,
it's obscure, but it's there. Just gotta look into it.
I gotta look deeper, find the quality.
Well, I'm gonna have to put One Piece on pause until I catch up to Shuck and Brick.
Boo.
Nice.
Boo. I thought you were gonna.
Oh, is that how you lost the plot?
Wait. Doofy, I thought you were gonna finish the flashback arc tonight. It's only. God.
Yeah, but Sukin Block's only 84 chapters.
Damn. Total? That's crazy. Yeah. Have you read?
But like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 page chapters.
Bro, have you read Spy X
short.
Family?
No.
Oh, what? Dude, get on that. It's only like 60 chapters. It's ongoing. It's bi-weekly. I fucking love it. I already bought 2 physical manga of it. Like, I already, dude, I already gave it a 10. Like unashamedly after only 50
I'm glad.
chapters.
I
Yeah,
like it when Kreams finds new manga. Like
Dude,
it
me
genuinely makes
too.
me happy because you don't read a lot of manga. So like
Yeah.
when you find something you like, I'm like,
Yeah.
this is great.
Because y'all know how
Hey,
fucking
buddy.
picky I am.
I could give you quite the recommendations in this like sort of like kind of cutesy slice of life shit niche. I
W.
promise you, I'm qualified.
W.
One of
bro.
them you need to get on.
Dude, put up or it's fucking send me a massive list. I'll get on it like
I
methodically,
got
bro.
you.
Expeditiously.
Cause goddamn, if sports manga and fucking cheesy slice of life romance series are my just both of them just hits. I don't know. They're better than Battle Shun on average. That's my take.
Yeah. I think Battle. I always made this comparison. I don't know if it'll land, but like Battle Shone's like pop punk. It's like my default kind. I don't even know if that's true anymore. I don't think it's my default these days, but like it's like generally it's inoffensive. It's just like whatever. But like the good stuff is amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
But like the kind of drama shit that I like to read is very polarized. Like because I also just happen to like the fucking super, maybe not edgy, but the super explicit ones. And those are very polarizing. They're either the craziest shit you ever read or like the worst shit you ever read.
Man, I realized I was just really down in the fucking dumps. Like I realized I was in like the pits of the clutches of the romance genre.
Yes.
And I was reading Rent a Girlfriend, and I was like, damn.
Oh shit! I love that.
Is Komi Can't Communicate good?
It's fire. Read it.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I have a video coming out. Should I name drop the title? Whatever. It's called Komi Can't Communicate's Good for Your Soul. I thought that was a pretty funny.
Yeah, I like that
title. Dude, that shit. Komi Can't Communicate. Like those type of manga. That's my shit right there. That's
W.
I love that.
I read. God damn, that's my like. That's those types of like cutesy fucking. I don't know what it is about them. I'm just like I can put those away like crazy. Those in sports manga, just like I don't know what it is. I open up chapter 1, I blink, and I'm on chapter 300. I'm like, well, I guess we're here.
Love it, love this. Yo, did you guys read Uran?
I've only watched the anime. I've never read it.
Oh, Doofy, please.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It looks weird. I think I'm gonna watch it though.
Dude, okay.
It looks like the manga looks weird.
They did.
I watched it with my girlfriend. It was super like wholesome. I loved it.
Dude, the anime changed the ending, and it's like different in the
I
manga.
love the ending, bro. I cried at the ending.
Yes, it's a great ending, but also so
I don't
is
care
the
if it's
fucking
worse. It was still fucking
it's not,
great.
Dude, it is a different kind of good, but please read the manga, bro. Like, I'm begging you. Dude, it is literally in my top 5 favorite like series of all time. I'm begging y'all to read it.
I love that. I love how much you love it.
That is dope. Speaking of different endings, by the way, hot take. I like Full Metal Alchemist more than I like Brotherhood, but I don't know how that smooths over with people.
I honestly get the take. I think people find it like absurd, but there's something about the way the original Full Metal ends, like that. It's a little more grounded, like that kind of emphasis on like this kind of political aspect, the grittier tone of the end. Like I get it. Like I'm everything that the OG did, like everything that it adapted faithfully, I think is done better than Brotherhood. but I just love the
Probably.
canonical story.
I think partially too. I watched Full Metal Alchemist first, um,
Yes.
and I was kind of when I was told, yeah, that's not really like how everything goes down. I was kind of like, I guess I watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood as like I guess I gotta like watch the actual story type. And I think I watched that kind of out of obligation. I wasn't in the right mindset. Like FMA, I watched out of like genuine curiosity for it.
Hmm.
Brotherhood, I was kind of like, oh, I need to watch this because I watched it like wrong. I did it wrong. Like I watched the sort of like Tokyo Ghoul of like I did the anime version of that. Like I never recommend somebody watch Tokyo Ghoul, for example. And I feel like that's what I did with Full Metal, and I was like, I'm just disinterested. Probably need to give it a read.
Uh,
Um,
I think the
sometime.
manga's worse, to be honest. I don't
Ooh,
really like her art style.
it's like
damn. Okay.
I don't think it serves the story very well. I think that both the original and Brotherhood do much better. Like the
uh
Okay.
direction they go in, like artistically, I think is just better.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I've literally never heard someone say, "Oh yeah, the original Full Metal Alchemist is better than Brotherhood." Wild take. Oh, I got one.
Yeah, man.
It's like Hellsing and Hellsing Ultimate. Both of them got different takes, but both are great. I've also noticed it happens with Blue Exorcist in the anime. I think this
Blue
is just
Exorcist was really good till it wasn't.
yeah. Blue Exorcist is weird.
What do you mean by that?
I think I have to revisit it just in the manga form because the anime like split it up into like essentially two of season one. Um, it's like there's season
What do you
one.
mean by that?
Yeah,
Oh, what's up?
I get
With
people who say
what
you
the
should
really good
watch.
till it wasn't part?
I get
For both of you. Damn, this Blue Extra slander got me heating.
it's not slander. It's an
It's,
observation.
yeah, I'm just disinterested. I remember liking it up until like season two. Um, I don't remember much of it though. It was one of those anime where I'm like, it wasn't bad, but it didn't particularly stand out. That's definitely one I've seen the art style that it's in. I'm definitely reading the manga for that
Uh,
over like rewatching the anime personally.
I get people who say you should watch the first 30-ish episodes of the original because Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood cuts out a lot of the chapters, but preferring the weird fanfic in the back half of Full Metal Alchemist, nah.
Nah,
Oh, the
it's like a
back end,
unique take on it. I quite like it.
the back end is kind of like at least from what I remember, it's a little bit of a like it's not as clean cut of an ending. It's not happy go lucky towards the end,
No.
which there's nothing wrong with it, but
Naruto's poorly written trash. Fucking W. Let's go.
Wait, Creams, I didn't even realize you read Blue Exorcist. I feel like I was gassing it up to you before, and like
No,
you were acting as if you
because I
didn't.
was remembering that. I want to read the manga because of your recommendation.
Ah, fair.
You know.
I really I like when the anime first dropped. I liked it. But I was really happy when they animated the Kyoto arc, the Impure King arc. That was honestly one of my favorite arcs in manga for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was
I gotta
fantastic.
I gotta read it because like there's a lot of manga that I feel like, or a lot of series I feel like I'd really like Chainsaw Man. I've read it, but I don't remember a lot of it because I binge
Yeah,
read a
fair.
series that was super fast paced and it just threw me the fuck off. In all
Yeah,
honesty, I was like, damn, I didn't really retain much of this information, unfortunately. So I'm gonna reread it sometime, probably right before the anime comes out.
yeah, I think
But
I am too. Also,
I wanted to ask this question. Like, where are your guys' stance on like, or like, I know Creams, you don't like Death Note, right?
Mm-mm.
How do you feel about Death Note, Doofy?
I really like it. I think it's a fantastic story. I have it like
Got you.
8.5. It would be even higher, but like the analogy I always give again to music, it's like Weezer's Blue Album. Like it's
Uh,
just fucking fantastic. It's
no, bro,
great, but
you did not
I've
just
listened to it
listen, bro.
a trillion and one times. Like
Bro,
I've
I'm
consumed Death
Doofy.
Note story so
Oh,
many times.
okay.
I've talked about it so many times that it's like I'm tired of hearing it. But it's
Mhm.
still fucking great. So
All right. So,
and I like Light more than
hey,
Lelouch
yo,
easily
yo,
all day, all night.
Mm. That one hurts. That one hurts. That one hurts. I'm not mad at it because I think both of them are really like that. It's like it's like I don't. They're both really cool. I just Lucius is dope to me. But I will say this: I was gonna recommend you a manga. Like if you like personally, I'm a big fan of like the super smart kind of edgy protagonist with like the mystery thriller kind of aspect to it. If you are a fan, Tomodachi Game has like a super big stamp of approval from me because man, that manga to me does that sort of like trope really well.
Oh, nice. I might look into
PSAQ.
that since the anime is coming out
Yeah.
now.
PSA, if you want to watch Naruto, watch this fan supercut called Naruto. Okay, yeah. We talked about that earlier stream.
Read the manga.
I'm not into it, bro. I encourage fucking watching filler and consuming every fucking
character.
ounce of Naruto. Bro, this is my logic, bro. If you like something and there's just more of that thing out there, why would you not want to consume it? Like, why would I actively not want to consume more of the thing that I like?
I mean, that's fair. I just think
because it's not from the same source.
We do not care.
I do. Code Geass is something you enjoy if you turn your brain off. Wait, hold on. Code Geass is something you enjoy if you turn your brain off, just like Naruto. Oof, that one's gonna hurt BR.
Who cares?
Yeah, this is the thing, and this is I think me and Ronin are like fucking paragons of this. Okay, because listen, I'm a Naruto fan. I literally spent 13 years just getting shit on for being a Naruto fan.
Yo, you're getting shit
I do
now,
not care.
Bro. You're getting shit right
yeah,
now.
and I do not care. But for One Piece fans, if I say this arc is good, if I say it's a 7, I will be dogpiled into infinity.
Bro, it's
so I mean, all I'm saying is Naruto fans, what can I say? We built different. One Piece fans, they way too sensitive.
Sturdier. We put the little sturdier, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. What does Doofy only take W's? Because I'm just built diff, dog.
Bro,
you know that slang.
Y'all are not about to say you guys are like sturdier after just telling me, oh yeah, bro, this internet shit. You know, I'm blocking 80 people a day. You guys are weird. Man.
Yes. Very intelligent decision, rather than like bark at people.
I
think it makes much more sense for me to like, oh, I disagree with you. We don't know each other. I'm going to block you, so we don't have to like bump elbows or whatever, right? We don't have to like interact in a negative way. Just hey, I'm out of your face, you're out of my face. I move on with my day. I feel like that's pretty logical.
Doofy only takes L's. I do not like this guy. Great music though. There are so many lies in that comment, bro. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Doofy only takes W's.
One thing also about that comment that like made it like even sort of less impactful is some of my favorite series I feel like hit with your brain off. Like I love series where I don't have to think. In fact, like I think because of like the style of content that I make, that like I may come off as some type of person like analyze every series that I read. I don't. You can like there's a small handful of series that if you ask me like even the basic theme, I'd be able to answer. A lot of the shit I read is just like it was good. It was pretty good. I liked it. No thoughts, head empty. Really, I could explain like, oh, the characters are really cool, the whatever, but I can't do what I do with JJK or Naruto or Bleach, where I'm like, oh, this is the reason why. That's something I do for a very small select group of manga, and some like Grand Blue, for example, couldn't tell you any deeper thing to it because I don't think there is necessarily for Grand Blue. It's just funny. It's just funny as shit. Like that's all it is, and I'm cool with that. It's a 10 out of 10 for me.
All right. Honestly, I think this is a nice place to end the stream. It was mad fun. Thank you guys
honestly
so much.
This is an even better spot for me to ask.
Oh, so
because nobody did prior.
Yeah.
Get it? Because who asked?
Oh my god. Okay.
Sorry, this is a top-down approach to the who asked joke. We start from that kind of broke me. Right? It's kind of smart. Like I'm saying this is a time for me to ask because no one else did, which is to say, who asked? What can I say? I'm just gonna go read 88 chapters of Shoe Common Brick and then go to bed.
All right, I'm gonna peep. Keep me updated on your guys' One Piece progress. I'm gonna gas you up. I'm gonna try not to be a toxic One Piece fan. You know.
I'm gonna bully Ronin so he slows down so I don't get embarrassed. He washes my ash.
But thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. Thank you to everybody who's been watching this long. By some miracle, if you started watching at the beginning of the stream and you're still here, wow. Honestly, that's all I have to say. My mod says, hot take, I asked.
Damn.
I like that. I like you, AQ. W, the troop. Mod status.
Yeah, but thank you guys so much for coming out.
Thanks, most of you.
Yeah, some of you, in fact.
Yeah, a couple y'all going on the list.
I was thinking, guys. I was thinking
No, stop the stream. Stop the stream now. You don't want. It's gonna be going for another 2 hours if you bring up Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah,
I was about to say, I was like, God, I probably should have been able to tell based on the Naruto's trash thing. I should have been able to get like, I should have gotten I should have. It was either One Piece or Hunter x Hunter. It had to
Yeah.
be.
What are you talking?
But you know what, Ronin?
What are you talking about right now?
What do you mean?
How do we get on Hunter x Hunter?
It's fine. Just close the stream.
Wait.
End it all.
All right.
Just one of the chat.
All right.
I made edible cookie dough today. It's kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm so unhealthy right now. It's crazy.
Guys, I'm about to do my outro.
Okay.
So
I'm about to ask.
thank you
What's your
guys
outro?
so much for coming out. Broken Ronin. My name is Doofy. This is where you guys say your thank yous.
I'm not thankful though. Why would I be thankful for this?
Or your
This is
goodbyes.
awful. Bye.
See you later.
I don't know, bro. Don't subscribe to them. I don't even like.
You actually don't. Don't do
Anyway,
it.
thanks for coming out to stream. See you guys next time. Bye.
Peace.
Say bye, Doofy.
I have to.
Yes.
Bye.
There we go. All right. We're still breaking him in.